up just a little. He's trying to go away with it and just elevated it. Oh, yeah, he left that right over the middle of the plate. Ryder Helfrich gets set up down and away.
Well, the Bison play for a run. They cash in a run. Colton Becker steps in next, their leading power hitter with 5 home runs.
I say all the time, Phil, that's a low percentage play, bunting him.
First pitch high, delayed steal, throw by Helfrich right to Aloy, tags Canton, and the inning's over. Tried to catch the Hogs napping, but Canton didn't do it. Caught stealing 2-6 on the first pitch that Becker sees. Ends the first inning for North Dakota State. They score a run on 1 hit and leave nobody. Time for a road trip. Hit the jackpot with a trip to Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas. And its #1 attraction, Oaklawn Hot Springs. Plan a trip at hotsprings.org and oaklawn.com. Hogs bat in the first, 1 for North Dakota State. Back after this from UAMS Health.
At UAMS, we're advancing, taking benchmark research to the bedside to offer patients the latest treatments and clinical trials. We're leading, providing access to the state's most comprehensive team of medical experts through our statewide network of clinics and virtual care. And we're educating, training the next generation of healthcare leaders and innovators. As the state's only health sciences university, UAMS is creating a better state of health for you.
You know that list? The one that starts at mow the yard and ends somewhere around level the driveway. Well, your John Deere tractor is built for giving that honey-do list a run for its money. The Lawn Patrol is built for keeping grass in line. The Chore Buster is built for hard-packed progress. And the Diamond Digger is built for pushing forward with the shovel gave up. Whatever the task, Greenway's tractor packages are built with one thing in mind, making more time for what matters. Find yours today at gogreenway.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Baseball in the NCAA Division I Baseball Championship. Here again, Phil Elson.
Not the best start. North Dakota State scores in the top of the first inning, 1 run. We're watching Nolan Johnson warm up. Nolan Johnson threw the opening game for North Dakota State in the Summit League Baseball Championship against Omaha, a game that went 10 innings. He went the first 7 scoreless, threw 119 pitches, and then came back 3 days later in the championship game of that tournament, delivered them 4 more innings in a 4-2 win. This is their guy. He's a guy that is expected to go 6 to 7 innings every time he's out there. His record's 4-5, though, with a .241 batting average allowed. Doesn't walk a lot of hitters. 82 2/3 innings, just 21 walks. Goes along with 77 strikeouts. 29 extra base hits, including 8 home runs, and Johnson sports a .414 earned run average. Hogs have good numbers against lefties, and we'll see how they do against this one.
He's got a little bit of a funky windup and delivery feel, a little different arm action. You don't see a lot.
Charles Davallon leads it off, and the first pitch inside on the Hogs' left-handed left fielder. Davallon, Vahiva Aloy, and Logan Maxwell on the top of the batting order. Helfrich, Cajillo, and Kojal in the middle. Iredale, Robinette, and Thomas are the bottom 3. Davallon enters play with a .352 average. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball on the inside for a strike. 80 base hits to lead, or 83 base hits for Davallon, 1 ahead of Vahiva Aloy to lead the team. Also is number 1 in the SEC. Davallon stands in with that familiar open stance, and a 1-1 pitch comes to him. Takes it high, ball 2.
The scouting report on Nolan Johnson, he likes to throw arm side. He'll throw fastballs into lefties, away to righties. He'll follow it up with that changeup. Doesn't throw lefty-lefty changeups very often, but he might against us.
2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball's at the bottom for strike 2. Davallon leans back, asks Jeff Gosney where that covered. At least right now you may have a sense of where the extreme bottom of the strike zone is located. 13 homers for Davallon, 54 knocked in, and 63 scored. Hasn't been scoring as much. Here's the pitch. Low. That's the changeup, ball 3. Throws it on lefties.
Yeah, it's already going against the scouting report. Up till today, he hadn't thrown a lot of lefty-lefty changeups, but a lot of teams get away from their scouting report when they're facing this Razorback offense.
Here's the 3-2. Davalon, a swing and a weak tapper towards shortstop. Backhanded to the hole. Schaffner's leap throw is not in time. Davalon beats the one hop to first base. And Arkansas gets a leadoff single from Chuck. That's a routine bouncer to shortstop if Schaffner's where the shortstop is usually positioned. He's a little bit up the middle, though.
Tell you what, Davalon was flying down the line right there, Phil.
Here's Vihiba Aloy. Now, Schaffner's the top defender for this North Dakota State team. I guess you'd say that about nearly every shortstop, but he's also the Summit League Defensive Player of the Year. Nearly made the play.
Hey, he looked good in pregame, taking ground balls. He looked really good during the infield.
Vihiba Aloy, speaking of really good shortstops, the SEC Player of the Year. Here's the pitch. Slider drops in for a strike. Just nicked the outside corner. It's exactly where Johnson would want this pitch to be. Aloy leading the club with a .353 average, 18 home runs. His 58 RBIs rank second. One strike pitch is low. 90 miles an hour is where Johnson clips.
What's crazy is that 90-mile-an-hour fastball looks like about 98 after that slow curveball.
He also seems to come straight over the top.
He does. He kind of winds up, kind of like an Iron Mike.
1-1. Line drive towards the corner right field. Drops. One bounce to the fence, sending Davalon to third base. Picked up by Smith on the warning track. Chuck holding at third. Vihiba Aloy dives ahead of the throw into second. It's a double. And the Hogs have second and third, no outs.
Great piece of hitting right there, Phil. That's a fastball up and away. Vihiba did a great job of just going with that ball.
Team leading double number 18 for Vihiba Aloy. He had 2 extra base hits last year in the Fayetteville Regional and starts this year with an extra base hit his first at-bat. Second and third for Maxwell, and already the Hogs threaten North Dakota State's 1-run lead in the first inning. North Dakota State playing third baseman Davis Hamilton off the line and up at the cut of the grass. Here's the pitch. Maxwell, a swing and a foul straight back. 0-1.
Once again, fastball in on the lefties.
So looking at the numbers here for Nolan Johnson against lefties. Lefties hit .297 against him. Righties .209. You see the changeup would be the main reason. He's got to use it, though. Here's the 0-1. High. Boy, just trying to lay a slider in there, but it had no break. 1-1. Maxwell, .347 average. 10 homers, 27 knocked in. He's got experience winning a regional in this ballpark with TCU. Ball and a strike on Maxwell. The pitch on the way. A swing and a shot hit foul into the first base seats. He was ahead of that. Couldn't quite tell if that's the slider or the changeup. Looked like a change.
Yeah, that's a changeup right there. It looks like Maxwell saw it late.
Yeah, and I can see what you mean about a little hitch in Johnson's delivery just as he comes to the plate.
Just enough to kind of make it hard to read that ball out of his hand.
1-2 is a high fastball on Maxwell. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And look, Phil, that's only 90, but the way he throws it, the perceived velocity, it'll sneak up on you a little bit. It's got a little bit of carry at that's 20 inches induced vertical break at top of the zone. It's got some carry.
Schaffner gives room towards shortstop for Maxwell with a 2-2 count. Targets on the outside. Johnson deals. Pitch is lifted into left field. Becker, the left fielder, coming on, makes the catch. Davalon tagging. Aloy does not. Davalon scores the tying run. 1-1 on the Maxwell sacrifice fly.
It's a great piece of hitting right there. Once again, a fastball, top of the zone. Maxwell didn't try to do too much with it, just got on top of it and drove that thing out in the left field.
Ryder Helfrich batting cleanup. You got to remember here, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that Helfrich was batting in the caboose game in the batting order. 7th or 8th, move him up to 5th a couple of weeks ago, and now in the first game of the postseason, Ryder hitting cleanup for the first time in his career at Arkansas. He's been hitting like a cleanup hitter of late.
He should sit changeup right here, first pitch.
Here it comes. Launched foul.
He was sitting off speed, that's for sure. That ball was hit a mile foul.
Sat off speed, but still didn't wait long enough.
You can see that curveball's got a little bit of a hump on it.
Helfrich's entered with hit in 7 straight games, 8 RBIs during that hitting streak. 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. High fastball. 1-1. Ryder on the year, 314 batting average. You look at the Razorback lineup, and there are 7 players hitting 300 or better. North Dakota State with 3. Justin Thomas just over 300, 301. The pitch to Helfrich is just low. 2 balls and a strike on Helfrich. Aloy held on by the second baseman, Garcia. Gives the shortstop, Schaffner, a little bit of room. 1-1, bottom of the first, and the Hogs looking to grab the lead after they trailed briefly. Here's the 2-1. It's high again, ball 3. Helfrich gets a good count here with Kahio Aloy on deck.
After he pulled that first pitch curveball foul, he's got 3 fastballs in a row out of the zone. Wouldn't be surprised if he'd come back changeup right here.
Look at all that room for Helfrich right side. The 3-1. Popped it up foul. Back this way will make the roof.
And there it was. That's a changeup. Helfrich just couldn't wait long enough.
You see Ryder just every time he steps out of the batter's box, he's telling himself, stay back, stay back, stay back. Everybody knows it. It's just tougher to do. Put it in practice. Aloy out to his lead at second. Johnson's 3-2 pitch is a high fastball popped up by Helfrich behind the plate. Gordon doesn't see it. And it's out of play anyway.
Wow. Boy, they gave up on that.
I didn't know where it was located. It was near the on-deck circle. Did it land in the well by the ball girl and Gage Goodwin? Is that where it landed?
It skimmed the fence just on the inside of the fence.
Yeah. I don't know if they would have been able to catch it because if he steps in that little well, he's out of play. Anyway, Helfrich swung at ball 4. That was a high fastball. Johnson's ready again. Here's the next pitch. Another high fastball popped up. This one stays in play. The first baseman, Erlob, won't be able to make the catch. It lands on the roof. Actually, that landed on... They could have made the play again.
They could have caught that.
The first baseman, Erlob, gave up on it, and the ball hit the first base dugout railing. He could have caught that.
They don't... Well, that's not understanding Baum Walker Stadium. Those balls come back in. They come way back to the field. That's a huge mistake right there.
Even with all of this said, I mean, Helfrich has swung at ball 4 twice.
Yeah.
You get the same pitch, you got to lay off of it. He's looking to drive in the go-ahead run with Vahiva leading at second base. Another 3-2 pitch on the way, and Helfrich a swing and a fly ball into left near the line. Becker racing over. Becker's got room and in foul territory makes a leaping catch. Aloy tagging. Throw is off the third baseman, and he's safe at third. A lot going on there near the stands in the left field corner for Colton Becker and some fans. It's a foul out, but it moves Aloy to third base, so Cahillo looks to drive in his brother for a go-ahead base hit. Just felt like Helfrich had made a decision. He was going to swing no matter what on 3-2 pitches.
He swung at another. The 3-2 was up high, that last one, too.
Cahillo checks in without a hit in 10 at-bats. It's 3 games in a row without a hit. The set by the lefty. Johnson's pitch is a fastball, nicks the outside black for a strike. Team leading 69 runs batted in for Cahillo Aloy. Drove in 28 of those in SEC play. 340 for the year. Batting average about 49 points lower out of conference. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Fastball inside. Strike 2.
Boy, he had a pitch right there, right down the middle. I think he got caught looking off speed.
That's the thing you just hope doesn't happen against a pitcher like Nolan Johnson. You're worried about that changeup so much, you end up late on fastballs. Aloy looking to dig out of 0-2. The pitch. Fastball popped up foul. Right side again and makes the seats.
You can see where Nolan Johnson would be effective. With his release, he's got that little hitch in there, that weird little arm circle that he does. You get that chase at the top of the zone. It's hard to lay off that pitch.
Johnson looking for the side. Arm dangles down. Now hands together at the belt. 0-2 on Aloy. Foul. Back again off the hands. It's a really good pitch thrown by Johnson.
See Cahillo bow up a little bit after that swing. Looked like he kind of did a little flex, didn't it?
We've been so used to seeing Cahillo bat cleanup. It's so odd to see him bat fifth. He's been a cleanup hitter nearly all year. Another 0-2. Takes the change outside. Ball 1. Well, it wasn't really close enough for him to think about a swing.
Now, catcher Gordon, he was well off the plate. He was definitely trying to get a chase out of the zone.
Counts 1-2. Johnson deliberately working. Pitch. Slider low. Or is that the changeup again? That was the changeup again.
Yeah, he doubled up on the change. Good job right there by Cahillo. That was a little bit closer.
A run is home for the Hogs. Davalon hit an infield single. Aloy doubled him to third. Maxwell drove in with a fly out. Then Helfrich flies out, sending Aloy to third base. Now at 2-2 on Cahillo. Low. We're seeing it better now. Ball 3.
Yeah, 3 changeups in a row. Each one's gotten a little bit closer to the plate.
And Cam Kozel waiting in the 6-hole on deck. This will be the 8th pitch to Cahillo Aloy. 3-2, low inside, ball 4. A walk bringing Kozel with Aloy's at the corners.
Phil came back with another changeup. That's 4 changeups in a row. Good discipline by Cahillo.
I think only one fastball during the sequence. Now with Kozel coming up, and we've seen Johnson go to the changeup against lefties. Do you think he starts him with one here? Because he likes to start with the off speed.
I don't know. The 2 lefties, he started them with fastball in. So we'll see what he does right here. If I was Kozel, I'd be looking fastball in.
Kozel with hits in 6 of the last 7 games. 335 for the year, 13 home runs. First pitch. Low. Slider, ball 1.
Yeah, he went with slider. We were both wrong. You can see that. You can see that slider out of his hand, though. It's got a little bit of a hump.
Beaver tying his left shoe, puts the oven mitt back on the left hand. Yeah, you can't tie your shoe if you're wearing the oven mitt. 1 Aloy at first, 1 Aloy at third. 1-0 the count. Johnson ready. Kozel, a swing and a ground ball base hit through the right side. The Heba scores. Cahillo crosses second, heads back as the throw comes behind him. And a run scoring single by Cam Kozel puts the Hogs up 2-1 in the first.
I like it. Good job by Cam right there. Laying off the first pitch breaking ball, got a second pitch fastball and hit it to right field.
RBI number 57 for Cam Kozel. He led the team in RBIs in SEC games. And now it's Iredale. And Bub and I were talking off air. It feels Iredale's matched up against Johnson in a way that could really benefit him.
Yeah, I feel good about this.
Here's the first pitch. Iredale is swinging a pop-up. They caught him out on off-speed. Smith, the right fielder, is underneath it. And he makes the one-handed catch to retire the side. Well, the Hogs take the lead. 2 runs on 3 base hits. Stranding 2. Brought to you in part today by the Arkansas Ford dealers and the Ford F-150. Like the Razorbacks, this truck has a strong tradition earned by outstanding capability and smart features like a mobile generator. That's how to create a legacy and the official truck of the Razorbacks. 2-1 Arkansas over North Dakota State at the end of 1 inning. This is Arkansas baseball from Learfield.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
From your favorite drive-thru coffee to the iced tea from the hotel lobby, many of the beverages you enjoy every day come from Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee Company. As the official sponsor of the Razorbacks, West Rock Coffee fuels our team and customers all over the world. We are the trusted provider of coffee, tea, flavors, extracts, and ingredients to the brands you love, and we are dedicated to making a difference. Learn more about West Rock Coffee's global impact at westrockcoffee.com.
North Dakota State scores 1 in the first. The Razorbacks answer with 2. And into the top of the second inning, where Aiden Jimenez will look for a cleaner inning. Walk and a single cost him in the first inning. Hogs did catch Sam Canton stealing to end that inning. So Colton Becker leads off, the 5-hitter. Noah Gordon and Blake Timmons to follow. First couple of pitches in the first inning looked like Jimenez was really geared up. Maybe a little too geared up, perhaps. First pitch of the second inning is fouled away. Strike one. Looked like a good cutter.
I think he can go out there now. Just getting a couple of runs on the board, he can relax and just throw his pitches. His stuff is good if he can keep it in the zone.
Becker's a lefty, 286 average, 5 home runs. That's number 1 for this North Dakota State team. They hit 30 home runs as a team. Here's the pitch. It's hit high in the air, right field. Back goes Maxwell at the wall, and it's over the fence. He's tied the game with a home run.
Well, any other day at Baum-Walker, that does not go out. But that thing just kept going. That north wind just kept pushing it.
Jimenez gave up 1 home run all year. And it's the 31st home run hit in the 53rd game for North Dakota State. That's truly shocking. 2-2 in the second inning. Noah Gordon's next.
I didn't like that pitch selection. He threw him a slider, kind of sped his bat up and just caught it out front.
The pitch to Gordon. Slow roller towards Aloy. Picks it up at short. The throw is good. Gordon grounds out on one pitch, 6-3.
When you're throwing that slider to the lefties, Phil, if you leave it over the middle of the plate, their barrels run right into it. You got to either get it back leg or back door. He left that one in the middle.
And he threw a really good first pitch to him.
Yeah. I think you go more cutters.
Blake Timmons is the DH, a freshman from Solon, Iowa. The wind and the pitch. Fastballs outside. Timmons hitting .221, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. Down the batting order here for the Bison. The numbers are not really good. Here's the 1-0. Fastballs outside again. Ball 2. Orlov on deck, 250. Garcia, the 9-hitter, 135. Very top-heavy lineup for NDSU, but they've already scored twice, only for just 6 hitters. The 2-0 pitch is a high strike on Timmons, 2-1. Jimenez throws 2-1, same spot as the last pitch, a high strike 2. Hogs have pitchers in the bullpen. They sent him out there for that second inning. Lined him up in the shadows of the Hunt Center. You don't want anybody warming up anytime soon. 2-2. Timmons goes down swinging on a slider, starts to run to first base, but Helfrich makes sure that he caught it. He did. Jeff Gosney confirms, and there's 2 outs. Second strikeout for Jimenez. We'll bring Alex Orlov.
I like that pitch right there. That's the cutter, Phil. It's a little sharper, a little harder. That's the pitch he needs to use against those lefties.
Orlov's their first baseman, a senior, played at Charleston Southern for a couple of years. Right-handed batter, the wide of the pitch. Jimenez fires inside, ball 1. 2-2's the score. It's the top of the second. North Dakota State got a leadoff home run from Colton Becker here in this inning. 6 home runs for Becker, 2 more than anyone else on the team. Here's a swing and a foul tip by Orlov. The count 1-1. Jimenez kicks and deals. Just off the outside, ball 2. Yeah, Jimenez had allowed 1 home run this year until this game, and that home run came against South Carolina March 22nd. Boy, it had been over 2 months. The 2-1 to Orlov. Low. 3 balls, 1 strike on Urlaub. Luis Garcia is on deck. You'd much rather have Garcia leading off an inning, hitting 135, 273 on base. The 3-1. Urlaub fouls a fastball away. So he's fought back, filled the count after the home run, 2 consecutive outs, looking for a third. Here's the wide of the pitch. Low, ball 4. A little bit of a flinch by plate umpire Jeff Gosney. Little flinch. 2-out walk brings Garcia, the number 9 batter.
Just a little bit down with that slider.
4 of the first 8 batters who reached base against Aiden Jimenez. It's not that you expect to cruise every inning, but you want to see something, some inning where you can cruise. Not the whole game, though. Garcia takes a first pitch strike. Now, you want him to cruise the whole game. You just know that doesn't happen too often.
Well, this is the guy you want to get right here. Your 9-hole guy hitting 135, no home runs, 4 RBIs. This is the dude you want to get. You don't want to roll that lineup back over.
0-1 pitch. Inside. Garcia trying to turn his body towards the pitch. He's hoping to get hit by it. Yeah, Garcia's reached base 24 times this year. 10 hits, 10 walks, 4 times hit by a pitch. 1-1. High chop over the glove of Robinette and down the right field line. Logan Maxwell's got to come over and pick it up. They'll send Garcia to second base, and holding at third, Urlaub. He came around third base and looked like he was thinking of scoring. But he holds at third. And a double for Luis Garcia on a high chopper. And this has turned into a very weird inning now. For one, Jimenez allows his first home run in 2 months to a team that had hit 30 homers all year. And now the only double for a batter that's been in the lineup for North Dakota State for a couple of months now. And the only reason it's a double is because Robinette's holding a base runner.
Yeah, that's kind of a fluky play right there. Oh, they're going to walk him.
Hogs decide to intentionally walk Jake Schaffner, the leading hitter for the Bison at 384, to load the bases for Dante Smith. And now this is turning into a giant second inning 2-out at-bat. Smith sacrificed last inning. He's a lefty. It's 3-0-3. Here's the wind of the pitch. High. Ball 1.
I like that move, Phil. I mean, the guy's got 84 hits on the year, hitting 384. I think you walk him with first base open. Take your chances with this guy.
There's some movement in the bullpen right now. The Hogs are not feeling too good about Jimenez. 1-0 on Smith. Wind and pitch. Foul ball off the left side. 1-1. And who's up in the bullpen first? That's Parker Coyle.
You don't want to get too deep in your bullpen early on. You'd like to see Jimenez get out of this.
You don't want to get into your bullpen until the game's gotten into the 6th inning, I think, today. Jimenez throws 1-1. Just off the outside. The bat came off Smith's shoulder but did not swing. 2-1.
Well, if you remember last year, Phil, which we don't want to talk about, but we ended up having to throw Gackle 67 pitches against SEMO in Game 1.
The 2-1. Check swing foul. Smith couldn't hold the bat back. 2-2.
It's a break right there. That was ball 3.
Hogs move Justin Thomas Jr. towards left center a few steps. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a slider. North Dakota State ties the game but leaves them loaded. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 stranded. Be sure to get over to the legendary Catfish Hole restaurants. And right now, the Catfish Hole has been delivering their delicious tomato relish all around some local Walmarts in Northwest Arkansas. I hear the Walmart Neighborhood Market on Weddington is the first store to carry it in Fayetteville. So get over, grab a jar, and who knows, maybe frozen hush puppies are next. It's a 2-2 tie game. The Hogs bat in the 2nd. After this, from your local Ford dealer.
The Hog Call, the siren song of the Cardinal and White. Heard in every corner of Baum Walker Stadium, it's a clear warning for any foe that dares get in their way. For Ford knows that strong traditions start with leadership, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Razorbacks, only at your Arkansas Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
What's up, baseball fans? Enjoying the game should be easy. Don't overthink it. What to wear? Done. Just toss on your lucky jersey. Don't know what to serve your friends? Easy. Pick up some burgers for the grill and grab some Bud Light for your pregame tailgate. See? It's that easy. Just like Bud Light, which is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hogs sent 7 batters to the plate in the first inning, scored 2. North Dakota State scoring 1 of the first and second innings. 2-2's the scores. Reese Robinette leads off, followed by Justin Thomas Jr. and Charles Davalon after Nolan Johnson threw 33 first inning pitches. Robinette getting his 10th start of the season at first base. And the first pitch his way is fouled over the left side. From can't find a way to crack the lineup to everyday first baseman now for a team that's 3rd seeded in the regionals. Reese Robinette. It's a great story. Here comes an 0-1. High fastball, chased and missed. Strike 2. Robinette's hitting .273, the on-base .407. 2 of his 12 hits are home runs. He has 3 doubles. They all came in one game. 0-2. And he lets the high fastball go this time. That's the pitch that seems that Hogs have really had trouble laying off.
Yeah, he's got a little carry on that thing. Plus, he's right over the top with it.
1-2 on Big Country. Pitch on the way. Look out. Very high. Gordon leaps. Stops it from getting past.
You know, Phil, it's crazy. You and I talk about pitch shapes all the time. I mean, every pitcher has a different shape, his fastball into the zone, and you just got to adjust to it. Sometimes you got to see him once to really get locked in.
2-2. High. Didn't break it all.
That's a changeup. He slowed down on that. That's the first one he's really showed. He slowed his whole body down.
Well, Robinette chased one of them up. He's left the last 3 to work a full count. Here's the 3-2. High and outside. Boy, this wasn't even close. So the last 3 pitches were pretty easy choices to not swing for Reese. Man on base for Justin Thomas Jr.
I tell you, if this dude loses his changeup, he's in trouble. Because that's kind of been his go-to pitch. His changeup is what makes his fastball so much better. I wouldn't be surprised if Dave put on a bunt right here just to put some pressure on the defense.
Check the third baseman, Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hamilton's back a step. Thomas struggled a bit at the end of the season. Here's the first pitch. Shows bunt. And the pitch just missed. Ball 1. A little bit outside.
You know what? And I'm not a big bunt fan, but I think every once in a while you put a little pressure. You got a lefty on the mound. He's got to come to the line.
Well, also, JT laid down the best bunt of the season this year.
Yes, he did.
He's got the ability. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. No bunt. A swing and a foul. Ball and a strike on Thomas. 301 average, 455 on base, 8 home runs. You know, he was hot coming into the last game of the regular season, but then on Saturday against Tennessee and the Ole Miss game in Hoover, 0 for 6, 5 strikeouts. He was really on fire for about 3 weeks before. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt. Drops it down in front of the plate. The pitcher, Johnson, barehands it. Throws to first base. Thomas is out. Does move Robinette to second base.
That's a great bunt right there. That's a good play by Nolan Johnson, the pitcher. If that pitch is about 6 more inches to the third base line, he's safe.
Well, the Hogs already with a sacrifice fly in the first inning and now a sacrifice bunt in the second. Sets up the top of the batting order. And Davalon's been doing more run driving in than scoring of late. 9 RBIs last 9 games. But an infield single and a run scored in the first inning today. 2-2 score, top bottom 2, and the pitch. Davalon swings, punches it, short center field, might fall. It does. It drops, but Robinette can't score. He didn't know where it was. Kent played it on a bounce, throws it in. Robinette holds it third. A single for Davalon brings Vahiva Aloy.
Yeah, that's a tough read for Robinette right there. Center fielder came in, held his glove up, kind of the deke, the classic deke. The minute you see a dude do that, you ought to take off running.
Well, it was a jam shot by Davalon and drops his second single. Vahiva Aloy hit a double in the first inning to right field.
This guy keeps coming in on those lefties, Phil. Someone's going to hit one over that Hunt center.
The target's on the inside. Aloy swings and misses at a fastball. And Vahiva steps out of the box with an 0-1 count. Runners first and third. Davalon 7 for 10 stealing bases. And Aloy's got the right side open. Garcia covers up the middle. Stretch. Johnson's 0-1. High and tight. Ball and a strike on Vahiva Aloy. 2 pitches, both fastballs at 90.
All right, it's 2 fastballs in. Now, here comes the changeup.
Aloy waiting with that bat above his head. From the belt, Johnson checks first base. Here's the pitch. Inside, through a fastball.
Well, he came back with it. It's a good take right there by Vahiva. That's just the upper inside corner. Tough pitch to lay off of.
You figure a changeup's coming at some point.
Yeah, you would think these fastballs in, setting it up away.
The 2-1. Swung on, high fly, left field, not deep. Should be deep enough, though. Becker, the left fielder, is there. Catches it. Here comes Robinette. The throw's on the way, and it's cut off. Hogs back on front. The throw was dropped by the cutoff man and gives Davalon second base. Well, you knew you had the run, but now you got a runner at second base on an error.
It's a heads-up play by Davalon right there. Kind of a mistake by the third baseman. He tried to pick that ball and try to be kind of smooth with his pick and look at trying to catch him off of first base. He ended up missing it.
Yeah, Davalon wasn't going to run for second base until the throw got away. So they haven't charged an error yet on the video board, but it should be an error. There it goes.
By the way, how high was that ball? That ball stayed up there forever.
Logan Maxwell had a sac fly last inning. He bats here in the second with a runner at second. Here's the pitch. High, very high. 3 runs for the Hogs, 2 driven in on sacrifice flies. Only 1 RBI hit was Cam Kozel's 2-out single last inning. And the NDSU battery meeting on the top of the pitcher's mound here. North Dakota State needs innings from Nolan Johnson. He hasn't gone any fewer than 5 innings since February. Maxwell's back in, 28 RBIs. Bison second baseman Luis Garcia in the hole, back into the outfield, couple steps, 1-0 pitch, popped up. Maxwell got a pitch to hit, popped it up third base. Hamilton's there and made the catch. The Razorbacks score 1 run on 1 hit with 1 Bison error and 1 runner stranded in the second inning. Life happens. You can't predict the unexpected, but you can prepare. Your Edward Jones financial advisor can help with financial goals planning with life's ups and downs in mind. Just call 800-ED-JONES to get started. Edward Jones member SIPC. Hogs back in front 3-2 over North Dakota State. That's the end of 2 innings on the Razorback Sports Network from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Experience Razorback football on the Hill this fall as quarterback Taylon Green, defensive stalwart Cam Ball, and the Hogs will be returning to action for great home matchups, including the August 30th home opener. The first ever matchup with Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, on September 27th, and a matchup against Texas A&M inside Razorback Stadium for the first time since 2013. Secure your tickets online right now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Two innings down, 3-2 Razorbacks over North Dakota State. Hogs will start this inning with Parker Coyle warming up in the bullpen. Aiden Jimenez has faced 11 batters, has allowed 3 base hits. There's been there's been 3 walks, one of them intentional. He struck out 3 batters, and so far only 1 out on a ball put into play. Davis Hamilton, the 3-hitter, leads off for the Bison. Boy, Jimenez needs himself a clean inning. His first pitch is lined into center field. Sends Thomas back. He'll have an easy play, and he'll make the catch on 1 pitch. There's 1 out. A couple more of those will be golden for Jimenez and the Hogs.
Yeah, you got to love that 1 pitch out. That ball was hit hard, though. Justin started back on it and thought he had it, and then he had to kind of kick it into second gear.
Hamilton now 0 for 2. And Sam Canton, the cleanup batter, center fielder, drove a run in with a first inning single, then was caught stealing. Left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt. Ball outside. 1-0.
The key is maneuvering by these first few hitters in the lineup, Phil. Once you get by those guys, you're in good shape.
Hogs infield spread out, straight up. Jimenez taking a little bit of time. Ready to go. 1-0 pitch. Low. Ball 2.
Aiden's just not bad right now, Phil. He's just not sharp. He doesn't have his pinpoint location like he usually does.
The 2-0 to Canton. There's a strike. Low outside corner as Coyle continues to warm up. And you wonder what that is, because there was never a moment with Jimenez in relief this year that you felt he wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, he's always been in control.
2 balls and a strike on Sam Canton. The pitch. Low, ball 3. You think of how Gabe Gackle never looked comfortable as a starting pitcher, but he's looked really comfortable in relief. Just because a guy's got starter stuff sometimes doesn't necessarily mean that he's comfortable in that role. Jimenez right now looks like one of those kind of guys. The 3-1. Canton fouls off a fastball. That's the cutter, actually came in on 3-1. Boy, that's such a good weapon to have on fastball counts.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and I guarantee you, these guys haven't seen a lot of 88-mile-an-hour cutters like that this season.
Hogs put a 3-man shift on the right side with Iredale on the right side on a 3-2 count. The pitch from Jimenez is low. Check swing appeal denied by Greg Charles, ball 4. Jimenez had walked 7 batters in just under 35 innings for the year. This is 4 walks in less than 3 innings. 3 of them are non-intentional walks. And I think that's what I'm looking at, figuring a pitcher that had, like you'd said, the word control is one thing. Pinpoint is what you're searching for. And That's where he's been. It's not here. Colton Becker homered against him last inning. The pitch here on Becker, low. 1-0. Hogs up 3-2, top of the 3rd, but Jimenez is shaky, and I wonder how long they're going to stick with him.
I mean, there's some moving around in the Razorback dugout. I think they're getting a little bit antsy.
Stretch, pitch to Becker. Strike at the knees.
That's a good pitch right there. He painted that outside corner. And he's not missing bad, Phil, but he's missing, and that's the key. And I think I still go back to Garcia's double down the line. That's fluky. That bounced off the home plate area and bounced over Robinette's head.
1-1. Becker hits a ground ball, base hit through the right side. That might have hit the runner. They'll say it did not. He'll hold at second base. For a moment, I thought it might have hit off Canton's foot. The ball was right in front of the runner. Ken Fitz, the first base umpire, made the safe signal, so it missed the runner.
Yeah, that's a good job by Becker right there. That's a cutter in. He didn't get all of it, but he got that barrel, got just enough barrel to it.
And Jimenez struggles continue against this lineup. That's 4 base hits plus 4 walks. 8 of 14 batters have reached base. And you can't stick with that too long. Coyle should be ready to go by now. The next batter is Noah Gordon. Grounded out last inning. Right-hander. Pitch is chopped to third. A leaping grab. Iredale steps on third for an out. The throw to first base. He got him. Rack him up. And the inning's over. Great play by Iredale and Bubba. That's like the chopper that had gotten over Robinette's head last inning. It didn't go get over Iredale's head.
Another 6 inches, and that gets over his head down the line. It's a crazy game, Phil.
5-3 inning-ending double play. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left for North Dakota State. Boy, that's huge for Aiden Jimenez. Brought to you in part today by Harps, where they greet you with a smile, ask if they can help you, and let you know you're welcome in their store. Harps, hometown fresh. Hogs bat in the third with a 3-2 lead after this from Summit Utilities.
When it comes to keeping your family safe, Summit Utilities is here to help keep your senses sharp both inside and outside your home. If you smell a bad odor like rotten eggs, leave on foot immediately. It might be a gas leak. Then call both 911 and Summit Utilities from a safe location. Outside your home, it's important to know what's below before you dig. Always call 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free and can save you a lot more than money. Your safety is our priority. For more on gas safety, visit summitutilities.com/safety.
I'm here with the shooter, Pat Bradley, for Saracen Casino Resort.
There's Vegas, and then there's Vegas, Arkansas style. Experience all the fun and games of 2,000 slots, 45 table games, poker, and world-class dining right here at Arkansas's favorite place to win, Saracen Casino.
Just like you're shooting, Pat, Saracen is so pure.
You know what they say, if you can actually do it, it ain't bragging.
Join us at Saracen Casino Resort, only 40 minutes from Little Rock.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
This is Razorback Baseball in the NCAA Tournament. Let's go back to the booth. Here again, Phil Elson.
Well, a humongous play turned by Brent Iredale ends a potential rally by North Dakota State in the third inning and keeps Arkansas with the lead 3-2. Well, they've scored in both the first and second innings, but they've left a little bit out there. There's been 3 runners left on base, 2 in scoring position, and the Hogs have been swinging at some pitches out of the strike zone. Ryder Helfrich leads off against Nolan Johnson. Shows bunt, pushes one right side. This is an easy base hit. Nobody's covering first. Helfrich singles with a bunt to start the third inning.
Phil, the last couple of weeks, how many times have we talked about if you could just push one to the right side, you got to hit all day? Tennessee gave it to us the whole game. You just got to be able to do it. That's such an easy knock. And you know what? I mean, Aloy ain't going to bunt, but right there, that's the alignment. You could bunt all day.
That was really beautiful.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Justin Thomas had the best bunt of the year. Helfrich may have just challenged him. Cahillo Aloy to follow. 1 on, no outs for the Hogs DH. And the pitch outside. Cahillo took a walk in the first. 69 RBIs to lead the team. Had a chance in the first inning, but did end up getting behind 0-2. Ended up with a walk anyway. Johnson from the belt. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Aloy takes low. 2-0.
Phil, how nice is it to have a catcher hitting 4-hole that can run like Helfrich and lay down a bunt like that? He's one of the best bunters on the team.
But there's a lot going on there. I mean, how many catchers have ever, first of all, hit cleanup and can bunt?
Yeah. No, you don't see it very often.
2-0 on Cahillo Aloy. The pitch. Fastball strike.
Ooh, Cahillo took a 2-0 fastball. You don't see that very often.
He must have been thinking changeup.
He must have.
You do not see him frozen on fastballs on fastball counts. Cahillo stands motionless at the plate. Slight bend in the knee. The 2-1. A swing and a foul. And that's the fastball. Looking for it this time. A little bit off. 2-2.
Boy, that's a good pitch to hit right there. It's a fastball just above the belt. You know, give Nolan Johnson credit. He's got just enough carry on that fastball. It just goes to show you don't have to throw a 98 to get hitters out the top of the zone.
Helfrich's been held to a close lead at first base by Erlob. Here's a 2-2. Aloy swings, lazy fly right field. It's going to drift, though, back, and the right fielder, Smith, able to make the catch in front of the warning track. Well, that ball kind of took off a little bit. Camille didn't really seem to put a great swing on it. Helfrich unable to advance. 1 on, 1 out. Cam Kojal coming up. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID on the Razorback Sports Network from Learfield. Cam Kojal batting, bottom of the third. Hogs 3, North Dakota State 2 in the opening game of the Fayetteville Regional. Here's the first pitch to Kojal. Johnson clips the inside corner with a fastball that runs on the inside.
Boy, he's still running that fastball in on the lefties.
The arm side run fastball was the real problem for the Hogs against Riley Maddox, the Ole Miss pitcher last week. It was that two-seamer that he threw in on righties. This time it's in on lefties from Johnson. 0-1 the count. The pitch to Kojal. Swung on and fouled away. It looked like that was there for him.
Yeah, boy, he missed his spot right there. He was trying to run another one in, left it right over the middle of the plate.
Hogs scored 2 in the first inning. Kojal knocked in Vahiva Aloy with the second run. Arkansas scored in the second on a Vahiva Aloy sacrifice fly, and they hold a 3-2 lead over the Bison in the third inning. Helfrich getting a look from Johnson. Here's the 0-2. Runner goes. Pitch is high. Gordon's throw to second base is sliding in head first. Safe is Ryder Helfrich. The throw was a really good throw by Jordan. Schaffner, the shortstop, took it in front of the base. He had to kind of reach a little bit across his body and then swipe it across the bag. Steal number 2 for Ryder Helfrich on the year. So not only does the catcher bat clean up and bunt his way aboard, but he steals a base. 1-2 on Kojal. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul on a slider. Got just a little piece of the hand of the stitches.
Yeah, just caught the very tip of the bat.
I think the Hogs are going to bring Jimenez back in for the fourth inning. Coyle's taking a seat. Well, let me just check on that here.
He's standing there.
Yeah, I see him standing there on the mound, but he's not throwing.
I hope they stay with Jimenez one more inning. That double play ball might have got him going.
The 1-2. Kojal lays off a slider in the dirt. I think part of that may also have to do with you get yourself a nice big lead here. You score a few runs, not just one. I'm talking 2 or 3. You'd probably feel a little better giving the ball to Jimenez for a fourth inning, and he might feel better about taking the ball. A lot of room for Kojal towards shortstop. Schaffner's up the middle. 2-2, low again. These last 2 pitches are not close enough to think about a swing.
It's funny, Phil. I just looked up at the SEC broadcast or whoever's broadcasting ESPN. They showed the box score from back when Dave played against North Dakota State.
They're showing the fresh-faced Dave Van Horn there, too, on the score.
Look at that. Looks like a little pup.
It's a long time ago. 3-2 pitch to Kojal. Swung on, hit towards right center field in the air. Can't get to that ball. It's off the bottom of the fence. Helfrich waited to see if it was caught. He's coming around third. On his way home, the throw. He dives in. He's safe into second. Cam Kojal with a double. Hogs up 4-2. Bubba, that was a lot closer at the plate than you'd like to see it.
Yeah, I think Helfrich must have lost that ball out in right center because, I mean, you can tell from our vantage point there's no way center fielder Canton was going to catch that ball. But how about the slide from Helfrich at home plate? You know, we talked about Robinette when he was out at home plate last series.
Yeah, because he went to the front corner of home plate. Here, Helfrich went to the back corner. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, that was a perfect slide to that back corner.
Brent Iredale following Kojal. Now Cam's at second base after his 58th RBI. The pitch to Iredale's a low slider. Ball 1. Hogs up 4-2. Bottom of the third. Really want to get something going here. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, now 1 in the third, and wanting more. Iredale flied out, ending the first. We thought these a good matchup for Johnson. 1-0. Swing and a foul. Strike 1.
We had a pitch right there, inner third, just a little bit underneath it.
I just can't think in my mind how close Helfrich was to being out on a double from second base.
Yeah, he took him a long time to realize that ball was down.
1-1 on Iredale. Long look by Johnson at second base. Now the pitch. High. 2 balls and a strike on Iredell, the 7-hitter.
I tell you, Phil, it's a good day to be a hitter. That ball was only hit. I mean, it was hit 103, but it just kept going in that gap. Center fielder thought he had a beat on it, and he wasn't even close. It hit the bottom of the wall.
Yeah, the air is thick with line drives, right?
Yes.
2-1 on Iredell. Johnson deals fastball fouled off the right side. 2-2 on the Hogs' third baseman, Robinette, waiting on deck. What is it about Johnson that you think is a good matchup for Iredell?
Well, I mean, his velocity on his fastball. Now, the problem is he's doing a good job of hitting the top of that zone, which Iredell doesn't like. If he makes a mistake down in that zone, he's going to hammer one.
The second baseman, Garcia, holding Kojal. 2-2 on Iredell. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul again.
Ooh, like that right there, Phil. That was it. Sorry to interrupt. That was right there. That was knee high right down the middle. He's just what's throwing him off is that carry on the fastball. Even at the bottom of the zone, he's got carry.
His main trouble for Iredell a lot this year has been getting underneath pitches. He's underneath it. He's choking up just a bit here with 2-2. And the pitch. Fouled off the catcher's mitt. It's really been the last 3 weeks that I've seen Iredell choke up like this on 2 strikes, and it seems to help.
Yes.
Especially with his ability to go to right field, and they are giving him all of the right side of the infield, except for just off the first base line. Hogs up 4-2, bottom of the third. Kojal off to his lead at second, and a 2-2 pitch to Iredell. Swung on, little looper towards shortstop. Schaffner backs up in the outfield 3 steps. Easy catch. He really jammed Iredell there. 2 down, Robinette's next.
Yeah, credit Johnson right there. Made a really good pitch. That's a fastball in, and then, with 2-strike mode, you're protecting against that changeup, and he just kept coming with the fastball.
So now I'm convinced they'll bring him in as back for the 4th inning, Bubba, because there's 2 outs, and Coyle's not throwing.
That's good.
Robinette walked and scored in the second. Maurice here in the third gets an RBI chance. Kojal leads at second base. The shortstop holding. Pitch. Swing and a miss. High fastball. It's right there for Reese. Right where he likes it. 0-1 on Big 18. The second baseman, Garcia, plays deep. He's about 5-6 steps into the outfield. First base, Erlob near the line. And an 0-1 pitch. Fouled back, strike 2. It's 2 fastballs from Johnson, 1 high, this one on the hands.
He's staying with that fastball a little bit more than I thought he would, Phil, but he's having success right at the top of that zone.
Last batter to get behind 0-2 this inning was Kojal. He ended up with a full count and an RBI double. Now the 0-2 to Robinette is high.
Yeah, he did the same thing last at bat with Robinette. Got ahead of him and then ended up missing with several fastballs high.
I wasn't going to say that he tries to nibble, but I feel like he tries to get batters to chase, and sometimes the pitches just aren't close enough to even think about a chase.
Right.
Pick play at second base, sliding back in on an awkward angle. Kojal took out the shortstop. Schaffner gets back up off his knees.
I think Kojal kind of likes contact like that. You know what?
That's right. He's a baseball player, but he played safety in football. The way he just slid into second base was like a safety taking out a receiver, but from the legs. 1-2 on Robinette as he leans back. Pitch. Slider struck him out swinging. Hogs are done in the third with 1 run on 2 base hits. Now they've scored in each inning. Celebrating a legacy of trust and excellence, Roller Funeral Home stands out as Arkansans' first choice, winning the Best of the Best title 24 straight years in the Democrat-Gazette poll. Discover the Roller difference has been a beacon of honor and respect across 3 generations. Time to drag the infield and get back to the field for the top of the 4th inning. Hogs 4, North Dakota State 2. You're listening to Arkansas Baseball in the Fayetteville Regional, presented by Learfield.
Hello, I'm Renata Jenkins-Byler, the 3rd generation of the Roller family. I would like to take this moment to talk to you about grief. If you're hurting or your family is experiencing grief, I would like to offer some help. It has always been our promise to take care of our communities before, during, and after a funeral service. I have enlisted the help of my good friend Chuck Monin to share a brief message on our website to reach our fellow Arkansans who are hurting. Please visit Roller, where the healing begins, with all our respect.
Razorback fans, score big with the freshest seafood in town at Fish City Grill. Whether you're craving grilled salmon or fried catfish, or want to try something new from the daily chalkboard specials, they've got your seafood fix covered. Swing by the locally owned spot in Rogers and make every meal a victory for Razorback Nation.
Back into Baum-Walker Stadium as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Arkansas hosting North Dakota State. Later tonight is Creighton and Kansas, 7 o'clock. Hogs 4, Bison 2. We'll be giving you a game update this inning presented by First Security Bank, Arkansas's community bank. First Security is all about taking care of customers and making life better here in Arkansas. Go to fsbank.com. First Security, bank better. Aiden Jimenez pitching to Blake Timmons, and he starts the fourth inning low, ball 1. Jimenez has had a shaky first 3 innings. Parker Coyle is ready to go in the pen should he find more trouble. Timmons is the 7-hitter. He's 0 for 1. The wind and the pitch. A bouncer towards Aloy. 2 hops, backhand throws. 1 out of the fourth inning. That's what you want to see.
That's what he needs to do. You know, Phil, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know that he needs to be messing around with a bunch of sliders and all that. Throw the 2-seam fastball down and get a ground ball like that. That's how he got the double play with Gordon last inning. He's got him on 2 first-pitch 2-seamers in 2 consecutive at-bats. Gordon 6-3, and then the double play to Iredale.
Easiest first out of an inning so far for Jimenez. Now it's Alex Erlob, the 8-hitter, a righty. The wind of the pitch. A strike with a cutter, 0-1. North Dakota State scored in the first when Jimenez walked the leadoff batter. They bunted him up, and he scored on a Sam Canton RBI single. Hogs answered with 2 in the first. Sac fly Logan Maxwell, 2-out RBI single, Kojal. 0-1 to Erlob. High and inside. Ball and a strike. North Dakota State tied the game when Colton Becker led off the second with a home run. Hogs got that run back. Sac fly Aloy for the lead. And then a double by Cam Kojal in the third. Hogs out hitting them 6-4. Bison with the game's only error. Each team 4 men left on base. Ball and a strike on Erlaw, batting with 1 out, no one on. Pitch is off the outside, ball 2.
Staying with that cutter. That's 3 cutters in a row.
Erlaw batting .250 with 4 home runs. The walk he took in the second inning, just the 16th against 57 strikeouts. 2-1. That's high. 3 balls and a strike. So far, for Aiden Jimenez, it's 56 pitches, 30 strikes. He's walked a season-high 4 against 3 strikeouts. His 3-1 to Erlob. High pop-up near the right field line. Maxwell racing over, getting into foul territory, sliding and coming up empty. Ball hit off the railing. And that's strike 2 on Erlob. Count fills up.
Well, you always get worried when your right fielder 3-hole hitter's going into a wall that hard.
Especially when you're thinking about Maxwell and the hamstring.
Yeah.
I still wonder if we've seen Maxwell at 100% speed at any point this year.
I don't think we have. I think he's kind of managing things right now with that hammy. I think it feels better, but...
The 3-2 pitch. Erlob lines into center field. Thomas can't get there. Played it on a bounce, 1-out single. Still won't be an easy inning.
You know, I don't have a problem with that, though. He didn't get all of it, just kind of jam shot out into center field. It's still a good pitch.
The second baseman and number 9 batter, Luis Garcia, collected only his 11th base hit of the season with a bad hop double that got over Robinette in the second inning in a situation not too different than this. Erlob at first. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, takes a strike. And he looks back and shouts to the plate umpire, Jeff Gosney.
Wow.
He actually did. He looked back at him and he said, "Come on." It's a little more open than you usually see.
I mean, when you're hitting 147, should you argue about balls and strikes or just be glad you're on the field?
0-1. Shows bunt. Pitches inside. It's all a drag bunt try here for Luis Garcia, although, you know, I'm guessing with that. It's just the way he runs up in the box. Iredale ready to charge if he has to from third base. Jimenez sets. 1-1 pitch. Bunted, foul. And that doesn't mean he's not going to bunt again. We've already seen on 2 strikes, they'll keep the bunt on. They did that with Dante Smith with a first inning sacrifice. Razorbacks lead 4-2, top of the 4th. Where they're getting their good at-bats at the plate. And that goes for both teams.
Dave, you think DVH will bring Coyle in to face the lefty?
That's Schaffner who's on deck. Yeah, I think they might. The 1-2 popped up foul. That'll make the third base seats. The only thing is that because Jimenez has just this year been good against lefties, but I think that's the reason why he has started today. But lefties have actually hit pretty well against him today. Becker's 2 for 2 against him. Canton has a single. And Schaffner's their best hitter. So maybe Coyle. And it may depend on where the runner is located. If they still have a man at first base or a runner at second base. Erlau bound to his lead. No gloves on those hands. 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air right field softly. Maxwell started back. Now comes in and is there for the catch. 2 outs. Erlau back to first base. And let's see DVH emerge from the dugout. He's talking with Matt Hobbs. And here he comes. That's going to be it for Aiden Jimenez. He'll face 18 batters. He'll get 3 2/3 innings today from your starting pitcher. Jimenez gave the Hogs 2 1/3 against Tennessee. 3 2/3 innings today. 5 base hits, 4 walks. 1 of them was intentional. 3 strikeouts, allowed a home run, and threw 36 strikes on 63 pitches. Pitch and Changes being brought to you by Visit Hot Springs and Oaklawn. It's time for a road trip. Hit the jackpot with a trip to Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas, and its #1 attraction, Oaklawn Hot Springs. Plan a trip at hotsprings.org and oaklawn.com. Parker Coyle taking over here. 2 outs in the 4th inning. Hogs lead North Dakota State 4-2. And you're listening to Arkansas Baseball from Learfield.
The electric cooperatives got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission? To provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Hey, soybean farmers, think a fungicide can't last all season? Well, the proof is in the yield. Farmers who use just 1 application of Reviloc fungicide are seeing an increased yield of 7.3 bushels per acre over the untreated check. Reviloc fungicide is a disease control powerhouse that delivers season-long protection even against tough southern diseases. See what Reviloc fungicide can do for you. Ask your BASF retailer about Reviloc fungicide today. Always read and follow label directions.
Arkansas left-hander Parker Coyle emerges as the first reliever of this 2025 Fayetteville Regional. Junior left-hander out of Edmond, Oklahoma, making his 13th appearance of the year. This will also be Coyle's 3rd appearance since he missed a couple of months with a back injury. He's thrown 2 innings since the injury, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits. Both the runs came against Tennessee, earned a save against LSU with 2 outs. And here he's just trying to save the 4th inning. It's a pitch to Jake Schaffner. Coyle's 2-0. Batters at .250 against. 17 innings. ERA's 1.59. Alex Erlau, the runner at first for the left-handed Schaffner. Coyle starts with a slider outside. Schaffner hasn't swung the bat yet. He has taken 2 walks, one of them intentional. Scored a run. .384 average, .443 on base. Not a lot of power, but he certainly knows how to put the ball in play and hit them where they ain't. Here's a 1-0. Coyle slider low, ball 2. 3 2/3 innings from Aiden Jimenez. They let him face every batter twice. 9 base runners out of 18 batters. And so far, 2 runs charged. 2-0 to Schaffner. The pitch is fouled away. It's a good slider from Coyle. 2-1. The set by Coyle and the 2-1. Schaffner hits a one-hopper at Kozel, backhand from second base. Outfield grass stops and throws and gets him at first to end the inning. Here you go, Parker Coyle. Completes the second consecutive scoreless inning for the Arkansas pitching staff, stranding one Bison runner. That's their fifth man stranded in 3 innings. Today's game brought to you in part by Ballpark. Whether you're cheering for the Hogs here at Ball Walker or at home, you can always enjoy the great taste of Ballpark. Beef hot dogs made with 100% beef. Ballpark is the official hot dog of the Razorbacks. They'll bat at the bottom of the 4th with a 4-2 lead after this on the Razorback Sports Network from Learfield.
Razorback fans, this season don't lose out on your home comfort. Bud Anderson Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is the official heating and cooling partner of Arkansas Athletics and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Northwest Arkansas for over 35 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with our partner Bud Anderson Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Call 855-GO-CALL-BUD or visit ba-hvac.com/specials to score big this season.
Look, you already know eating right and staying active make a big difference, but weight loss surgery could get you back in the game. Check out the Bariatric and Metabolic Institute at Encore Medical Center in Saline County, part of the Arkansas Heart Hospital team. Their bariatric experts can help you lose the extra weight, get off medications, manage diabetes, and more. Visit arheart.com/BMI now for details. That's arheart.com/BMI for weight loss surgery. Your ticket to better health.
Well, the Razorbacks have scored in each of their first 3 trips to the plate. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. And a 4-2 lead over North Dakota State. Hogs will battle the bottom of the 4th against Nolan Johnson. How about East Carolina blowing out Florida today, 11-6 against Liam Peterson and the Gators? North Carolina beats Holy Cross 4-0 to open up the Chapel Hill Regional. Florida's going to have a tough road to go now out of the losers bracket in Conway. The pitch to Thomas almost hits him, ball 1. JT sacrificed with a bunt in the second inning. Those are the only 2 final scores in regional play. 1-0 to Thomas. It's a foul off the end of the bat. 1-1 on Thomas. Davila and Vahiba on the way to follow. In the regional that's opposite the Fayetteville Regional in Knoxville, Cincinnati leads Wake Forest 11-6 in the bottom of the 9th. Wake Forest is the home team. Here's the 1-1 to Thomas. JT pops it up again. This time fair territory, right field. Dante Smith is there and puts it away.
Wait, say that last score again?
Cincinnati 11, Wake Forest 6.
Wow. You think Wake Forest pitched off trying to get to Tennessee?
Oh, I didn't see who they were starting today.
Wow,
to be honest about it.
That's a surprise right there.
Tennessee is not pitching off. They're throwing Doyle today against, is it East Tennessee that they're playing? It's Miami, Ohio that Tennessee plays. And they're throwing Doyle, the SEC Pitcher of the Year. Here's Davalon showing bunt, taking a ball inside. Davalon's 2 for 2, pair of singles, and a run scored. Yeah, some SEC teams pitch off today, some did not. 1-0 on Charles Davalon. The pitch. Drops in a strike, a slider at a lot of the plate, 1-1. Texas pitched off. Now, they didn't start a guy who was one of their main starters this year, just kind of like Arkansas. Landon Beidelshees doesn't get a start. It was Ethan Walker, who made 1 start, and it was against Tennessee in the SEC tournament. Starts today for Texas. Here's a 1-1 to Davalon. low, ball 2.
You know, Phil, I'd said all week I thought Vital Cheese would be the one to start with all these left-handed bats. I mean, their top hitters are lefties at the top of that lineup. I thought it'd be Vital Cheese.
Landon Koenig has begun warming up in the NDSU bullpen. Meanwhile, Davalon batting in the 4th with a 2-1 pitch. Fastball's low. Behiva Aloy on deck. Johnson now taking a lot of time between pitches. The 3-1. Fouled by Davalon off the front foot.
Well, Charles got one he liked right there.
No one on base after Thomas's flyout. And Davalon goes full for the second time. Johnson turns and throws. Ground ball up the middle. The shortstop's there behind second. Schaffner gloves it and throws out Davalon. Well, it had the skee ball effect off the pitcher's mound. Hard grounder by Davalon, but his first out today. 2 down on the 4th. Behiva Aloy coming up.
That's a good swing by Charles right there. Kind of a tough break. Good positioning, though, by North Dakota State. And, Phil, I tell you, I really do like their shortstop. I like the way he moves. He's a guy that you can see in the portal next year. He's a sophomore.
That is something to think about watching these games. You're right. Behiva Aloy has a double and a sacrifice fly. The pitch is high, ball 1. Maxwell on deck. What do you think about Maxwell? I mean, who knew that when he was here with TCU 2 years ago that he would be eventually the Razorback right fielder?
Yeah.
3-man shift for Aloy to the left. Right side's open. The 1-0 pitch. High outside, ball 2. Does it feel like they're going to pitch around Behiva?
Well, that's 2 changeups in a row. And I'm telling you, Nolan Johnson's slowing his arm down on that changeup. You can see it plain as day. I mean, his whole chest flies open and the arm drags.
Now the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Threw a changeup on 2-0, and Aloy swung at a fastball, and what he thought was a fastball.
He took 2 of them. He just couldn't take 3 in a row.
Georgia's 5-0 lead over Binghamton's only in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Aloy pops up a 2-1 fastball. Foul over the first base dugout.
But that's what we talked about in the pregame is a guy that's got a good changeup, even though he's showing it a little bit, that makes him able to sneak that 90-mile-an-hour fastball by Behiva right there. He was late on that pitch.
Johnson's on his longest string of outs. He set down 4 in a row. 2-2 on Behiva Aloy with no one on in the 4th, 2 outs. Hogs up by 2. Here's the pitch. Fastball's in for strike 3, called, and Aloy's out to end the 4th inning. Right on the low inside corner. Really good pitch thrown by Johnson for a second strikeout. First clean inning for either team today. Brought to you by West Rock Coffee. It's the brand behind the brands, proudly supplying coffee, tea, flavors, extracts, and ingredients to the world's most iconic brands. West Rock's made here in Arkansas, ethically sourcing beverages from all around the world. They're proud to be the official coffee of the Razorbacks. WestRockCoffee.com to learn more. 4 innings complete. Hogs 4, Bison 2. Now this from Coca-Cola.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Welcome back, Hog fans, for more scratching action from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. This is looking like a good one.
First appearance of the dime we've seen all season, Tom.
The luck is thick in here tonight. After all that scratching, she's a winner!
The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. Every day's a chance to win big. Pick up a ticket today. This is winning. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
You're listening to Arkansas Baseball in the NCAA Division I Baseball Championship. Here again, Phil Elson.
Arkansas 5, North Dakota State 2. We just saw our first scoreless top and bottom of an inning today. North Dakota State's gone 2 innings in a row without a run, and the Hogs just got shut out for the first time in inning. Parker Coyle's back on the mound. He'll face the 2-3-4 batters, Dante Smith, Davis Hamilton, Sam Canton. All are lefties, and Coyle throws to Smith. Tries a drag bunt, but foul. Looks like Smith really likes the bunt. Already sacrificed in the first inning. Struck out in the second without a bunt attempt, though. North Dakota State so far has out-hit the Razorbacks. Well, it's 6-5 Arkansas, but we've had more base runners. There were the 4 walks thrown by Aiden Jimenez. Now an 0-1 to Dante Smith. A strike cut the knees.
It's a good cutter right there.
Coyle ahead 0-2. Coyle deals. Struck him out looking. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Dante Smith. That pitch caught every bit of the middle of the plate, and he was frozen.
That's not where Parker Coyle wanted that pitch. It actually hung, like you said, right over the middle of the plate, but it froze him. Started at his front shoulder.
A little bit of a buckled hip.
Yeah.
Davis Hamilton's 0-2. Lefty has struck out and lined to center. First pitch, low. Iredale's up at third a step. Wanted to check out the LSU Little Rock score. It's been delayed, apparently, because of rain in Baton Rouge. It'll be a 1-0 on Davis Hamilton. Coyle's pitch is high. 2 balls, no strikes. There's been a few delays because of rain in the southeast. Over towards the Carolinas as well. Meanwhile, we've got picture-perfect day for baseball in Fayetteville with a 2-0 to Hamilton. In for a strike on a slider.
Looking forward to seeing that that LSU game, Phil. One of my former players is Jackson Welsh. I think he's getting the start today against them. So
he is.
He's a bulldog on the mound. He's a tough guy, tough competitor.
2-1, breaking ball in for strike 2. Did you see LSU did not announce their starting pitchers for the weekend? Neither did Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah. 2 teams decided we're not going to let anybody know.
That doesn't surprise me with Jay Johnson at LSU.
2-2 pitch is dribbled foul off the front foot. Well, they do have the top 1-2 punch, I think, that I've seen as far as starting pitchers in the SEC, but I wouldn't expect that they'd go with either of them today. That's the thing.
They better not mess around with ULR. They might sneak up and get them.
Well, I certainly think most people in this ballpark are rooting for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
2-2 on Davis Hamilton. Here's the pitch. Slider hit foul, and it is still 2-2. I just think it's also cool having 2 teams from Arkansas in the tournament this year.
You know what? As much as I wanted to see Euler here, I didn't want him to come here. Honestly, I don't want to play them because they're pretty good. They're really good.
Coyle's next pitch, swung on and missed. He struck him out. So low fastball, and Hamilton tried to golf. 2 outs, 2 strikeouts. The next batter is Sam Canton. Well, I think when you look at it, there really isn't a surprise that North Dakota State came here. I don't know of another regional that's any closer for Fargo, North Dakota. You know, Baton Rouge is just a 6-hour drive from Little Rock. They can bus from Little Rock. It's within that 400-mile radius. Canton batting, and he's a single and a walk. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, base hit, right side. Well, it looks like Canton's a guy who can hit a little bit.
Yeah, he's set on that first pitch breaking ball right there. It was right on it.
The 4 and 5 hitters are combined 4 for 4. Hogs up 4-2, top of the 5th. The next batter is Becker, and he's got a homer and a single. Colton Becker leading North Dakota State with 6 home runs, 30 walks, 61 strikeouts, and has been the toughest out today so far. 2 outs, a runner at first. Here's the pitch. Low outside.
It's a good take right there on that cutter. It started a strike. It was a strike most of the way to the plate.
Becker played at Iowa Western before the last 2 years. 1-0 pitch. Hit foul off the end. 1-1.
Another good cutter.
Iowa Western. Is that where Jared Gates went to school before he came to Arkansas? Former first baseman here?
Don't know. It's kind of backwards. It's usually me asking you questions.
No kidding. Be a 1-1 on Becker. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. Yeah, that's the same school. It's right across from Omaha, right across the river in Council Bluffs. That's where Gates went. One and 2 on Colton Becker. Coyle has struck out a pair. Runner goes. The pitch is high, and the throw by Helfrich's on the money. The tag, they got him. He didn't even slide. Ken didn't even slide. He ran right into the Eloy tag, and the inning's over. 2-6 caught stealing. Helfrich's caught 2 of them today. No runs, 1 hit, none left for North Dakota State. Hey, if you're ready for a timeout from banking frustrations, put Armor Bank into your lineup. Experience a whole new game with simplified banking. Locations all over Arkansas delivering hog-like focus with each play. Put in Armor Bank. Bubba, aren't you supposed to slide into second base on an attempted steal?
I don't know, Phil, what's going on right there. If he thought it was full count, maybe, but he just jogged in there. If he slides, he's safe.
Hogs will bat to the bottom of the 5th with a 4-2 lead. This is the Razorback Sports Network from Learfield.
At Summit Utilities, we're more than just your gas bill. We're also your neighbors, and we're here to help, just like your neighbors do. Account-related questions, aid in setting up a payment plan, or assistance with rebate processing to help you save money on a new water heater. We've got you. At Summit, we're the keepers of the flame, making sure you have hot meals, warm baths, and a cozy home, providing you with energy that's there when and where you need it. Summit Utilities. Comfort delivered.
We, the hungry of this burger-loving nation, deserve the Sonic Smasher. Always made to order and hand-smashed into greatness. America, today we smash free. One nation under melty cheese with liberty and a truckload of sauce for all. Meet our Smashinal burger.
The Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic. See menu for details.
Well, you've seen Razorbacks keep North Dakota State off the scoreboard for 3 consecutive innings. Arkansas held off the board for the first time by Nolan Johnson in the 4th. With Maxwell, Helfrich, and Cahill Eloy doing the 5th inning. Hogs looking to expand a 4-2 lead. And it's Maxwell first with Johnson dealing, and he starts him with a curve for his strike. Nolan Johnson is on his longest string of outs, 5 of them, but he's also on notice because there's a righty been warming up for a couple of innings. Here's an 0-1 to Maxwell. Way outside. Maxwell has a sac bunt and a pop-up. 6 hits for the Razorbacks this afternoon. Davalon and Kojal with 2 of them. Eloy and Helfrich with the other 2. 1-1. Low breaking pitch. Maxwell ahead, 2 balls, 1 strike. Phil Elson and Bubba Carpenter with you here on a gorgeous day in Fayetteville. Shadows are just starting to stretch onto the field from behind home plate. Helfrich's in those shadows on deck. Here's a 2-1 to Maxwell. A swing and a high chop to first. 1 bounce. Erlob gloves it. Easy unassisted putout. Hogs had the first 3 innings. Leadoff man reached. Well, now 2 innings in a row. Leadoff man doesn't reach. Next batter's Helfrich. He is 1 for 2.
I think it's time for Ryder to get into one.
Are you calling it?
I think I am, Phil. I'm feeling it.
It's a bold call. Is it a first pitch? You want to call the pitch or just this at bat?
Just this at bat.
Okay. Helfrich's hit 10 home runs this year. He has a bunt single today and a steal and a run. Johnson's pitch, low.
That's why I didn't call the first pitch.
Well, Helfrich does have a home run today, but it was a foul ball home run. Doesn't count.
Get half a star for that?
No, not even a tip of one of the stars. 1-0 pitch. Fastball's a strike on the inside as Helfrich raised his bat above the pitch. He motions to Jeff Gosney. He thought it was up.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a strike either. I agree with Helfrich on that one.
Ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Caught the dirt, ball 2.
Every time I think Johnson's getting ready to lose the feel for the changeup, he throws a couple good ones. Like right there, that was horrible. He slowed his whole body down.
Johnson has allowed 8 home runs this year. Hogs have hit a couple of balls to the fence. 2-1. A strike on the lowish, inside-ish corner. 2-2.
Lowish?
Yeah.
I like it.
I didn't agree with the call, but I guess I'm saying where Gosney called it, where he thought it was.
I think that was a 50-50 pitch, maybe a 60-40 pitch.
The 2 strikes have been inside on Helfrich. They may be coming inside again. Here's the pitch. Pop-up out of play.
Well, he did. He came up and in with a fastball. Good job by Helfrich fighting that one off.
There's been 1 strike inside of the top, 1 strike inside of the bottom. Helfrich's disagreed with both of them. He thought one was up and the other was down.
When you're a catcher, you're not supposed to get those pitches called against you. You're supposed to get the borderline pitches.
You got to remind that umpire you're the catcher then. 2-2. Johnson deals Helfrich a swing and a rocket at shortstop. Scooped out by Schaffner, leaning to his left, and he throws Helfrich out. Well, it's now 7 batters in a row that Nolan Johnson's retired. Kuhio Aloy striding to the plate with a walk and a fly out.
He did hit that 106, if it's any consolation. He hit it hard, just right at the shortstop.
Arkansas on top 4-2 in the last of the 5th inning. You want to get Kuhio going. He's hitless in 11 consecutive at-bats. It's been a couple weeks since his last hit. The pitch is hit softly, base hit center field.
There you go. Ask and you shall receive, Phil.
All right, well, I got another request.
Yeah, keep it coming. What's Cam going to do?
As long as the DJ's taking requests, I've got some ideas. Cam Kozel is the next hitter. All right, let's see. He's already got a single and a double, so how about a triple or a home run?
I like it.
Kozel has hit no triples this year and has 13 home runs. Take an extra base hit to bring Aloy around. Give him the 2 outs. The first pitch. Look out, Cam. High and inside, ball 1.
Look, Cam's a smart hitter, and this guy continues to pound him in. I mean, it's just a matter of time before he makes a mistake.
Tried to come in on a 3-2 pitch in the 3rd inning that Kozel was able to get around on and crack a go-ahead double in the 3rd. Now a 1-0 pitch. Slider hit high in the air, right field and deep. Back it goes to the wall. Out of here. Kozel's hit a 2-run homer. Asking you shall receive. Hogs lead 6-2 on Kozel's 14th.
I told you, Phil, he's a smart hitter. He does a great job of making an adjustments. If the pitcher sticks with a pattern, he's going to hurt you. Oh, that ball was just hanging up and in. I love it.
That's the kind of swing you've been waiting for today.
Yes.
Up to a 4-run lead. Kozel's driven in 4 of the Hogs' 6 today. He had hit the team's 110th home run to break the school record. Now that's number 111. Iredell next. He's 0 for 2. And Johnson from the windup pitches low, ball 1. I didn't call that, Bubba, but that'd be half a call, I think.
Half a call?
That'd be like half a call. I said a triple or a home run.
I'll give you half. I'll give you credit.
A quarter star. Here's the 1-0 to Iredell. Just off the outside, 2-0.
And I did kind of say if they keep coming in there, that he's going to make an adjustment. So, I mean, we could split the star.
My dad texted me. He said he called that home run, too. But we need evidence of these things. We need evidence.
We'll give your dad the star.
2-0 to Iredell. Fly ball to right field, carrying again. Goes back to the wall, and Smith is underneath it with a step on the warning track, and he puts out Iredell to end the inning. Man, the ball was carrying to right field here in the 5th. 2 runs across on 2 base hits and none left for the Razorbacks. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. Well, if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, Edward Jones can help. EdwardJones.com to visit. Edward Jones is a member SIPC. The Razorbacks lead North Dakota State 6-2 at the end of 5 innings. You're listening to the Razorbacks Sports Network from Learfield.
The Hog Call, the siren song of the Cardinal and White. Heard in every corner of Baum Walker Stadium, it's a clear warning for any foe that dares get in their way. Ford knows that strong traditions start with leadership, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Razorbacks, only at your Arkansas Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
Hey Razorback fans, Phil Elson here with some fantastic news. Harps Food Stores has a game-changing mobile app called My Hometown Rewards. With this app, you can unlock incredible savings, get exclusive deals, personalized coupons, and even a digital shopping list, all at your fingertips. And as a new feature, coupon savings are now offered instantly at checkout. Whether you're stocking up for the big game or just grabbing some snacks, the My Hometown Rewards app from Harps makes it easy. It's a win-win for Razorback fans like you. Harps, hometown fresh.
This is Razorback Baseball in the NCAA Tournament. Let's go back to the booth. Here again, Phil Elson.
We got Bubba and I arguing over here on who called the home run by Cam Kojal. Either way, he hit it, and it's a 6-2 Arkansas lead. Now it's starting to feel a little bit better, but you want to see more of what you saw from Parker Coyle in the fifth inning. He struck out 2 batters, gave up a base hit, but then got a man caught stealing. And it's Colton Becker leading off. First pitch is a fastball for a strike on the outside on the lefty.
We can let the people out there listening decide, Phil. What do you think about that?
Well, I've gotten a couple texts from other listeners said they thought that I called it.
I haven't seen those yet.
Well, I'll show you the phone. Here's an 0-1 on Becker first. Slider, nice pitch, strike 2. Becker's homered and singled today. Here you go. There's one. There's one. Another prediction. You're on fire. Here's another one. Heard you call that home run from the Atlanta airport.
Oh, that's just your dad texting you.
No, it's not. Here's an 0-2. Fastball struck him out looking. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Colton Becker, 3-pitch strikeout. Coyle's third.
That's what we're needing right there.
Noah Gordon coming up next. So I told my dad I needed evidence that he called the home run. Mom grabs his phone, says, "This is your mother. He called it."
Oh.
He paid her for that. That's 53 years of love. That's what that's all about.
Well, Crystal texted me and said I called it.
See, we're arguing about this. Noah Gordon's the batter. Gordon's 0 for 2, a righty. Shows bunt, try to push bunt, and Coyle falls down, gloves it, but no one's covering first base. Robinette came after it too, base hit for Gordon.
Phil, I will never understand why more people don't do that.
The push bunt.
With a push bunt with a lefty on the mound. The lefty's throwing the ball. He's falling off to the third base side. That whole side of the field's open.
Well, we saw Ryder Helfrich put the same kind of bunt down earlier in the game. Just the thing is, there's just confusion on who's supposed to field it.
Yeah.
I would think that's the thing you work on more than anything else in PFP. Timmons, the batter, a lefty, 0 for 2. Coyle starts him low, ball 1. So the bunt single for Noah Gordon is the 7th base hit for the Bison. And his first. Timmons has struck out and grounded to short. I figured that they may be finished with Nolan Johnson. Johnson's thrown 104 pitches. Koenig had been warming up 2 innings ago. I think that's still him in the pen. That is Koenig getting loose.
Okay, Aaron Leach just texted me and said we both called it.
Here's the 1-0 to Timmons. Dribbled foul, and it's a ball and a strike. I think that's him telling us enough arguing about who called the home run.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really cares. All we know is that there's a crooked number on the board. That's all we care about.
And you needed one of those.
Oh, Mike said you called it. Dang it.
Ball and a strike on Blake Timmons. The DH entered play at 2:21. Coyle sets and deals. There's a fly ball to center, and Thomas to his left. He's there, makes the catch. 2 outs, Gordon back to first base. Alex Erlob is next. Well, Coyle's looking good, Bubba.
He is. I mean, he's got that cutter going. That was a fastball he ran in right there.
You think of how, I don't know if the word is lucky, No, but the Hawks have had some injuries this year to pitchers that were going to play big roles. Think of Carson Wiggins, think of Gage Wood, and think of Parker Coyle. Well, you don't get Wiggins back, although he's going to be fine for fall ball. You get Wood back and Coyle back in time so that they could prepare for the postseason. Urlaub takes a strike on the outside. Urlaub's walked and single. 2 outs in the 6th inning. Hogs up 6-2. And I think getting Coyle back was just huge because this is somebody that the coaching staff likes to put in pressure situations.
Yep.
And he thrives on them. 1 strike pitch to Urlaub. Strike 2 called on the outside.
I just wish we weren't having to use him in today's game. To be honest with you, I'd feel way better having him in the bullpen for tomorrow. But you got to do what you got to do.
The 0-2 on Urlaub. A swing and a foul. Coyle going back to the bigger breaking pitch. So I also think that one aspect of this year's Razorback team is the depth in the bullpen. And part of this will have to do on how long Coyle stays out there today. But there's depth in this bullpen for a regional. You're kind of built for a regional. Here's the 0-2. He struck him out swinging with a slider just under the handle of Urlaub's bat. Parker Coyle has thrown 2 1/3 scoreless. Nothing in the 6th for North Dakota State. It's 4 straight innings. They haven't scored. Brought to you by Toyota, a proud sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Razorback Power, razor sharp style. Visit a local Toyota dealer today. Arkansas will bat in the 6th inning, leading 6-2 over North Dakota State. This is the Razorback Sports Network from Learfield.
Go-Go Squeeze is super excited to be on the field with University of Arkansas athletes. With a variety of deliciously fruity flavors, there's something for the whole Razorback family to enjoy. Go-Go Squeeze offers delicious fruit blend pouches that are gluten-free and nut-free. For active people, Go-Go Squeeze Active Fruit Blend with electrolytes can help replenish some of the essential minerals lost during exercise. Check out our whole line of pantry-friendly fruit and dairy products at most major retailers and online. So grab a Go-Go Squeeze and let's cheer on our Razorbacks together. Go Hogs!
Our care clinics are your hometown source for primary medical care. Our doctors, nurses, and counselors can help patients of all ages with anything from common colds and immunizations to depression, anxiety, and chronic diseases. Our network includes both home delivery and local pharmacies to fulfill your prescriptions. If you don't have insurance, it's okay. We can help with that too. And no one is turned away. With more than 90 locations in Arkansas, there's a good chance we're in your hometown. Look us up at ourcare.net.
As expected, North Dakota State changing pitchers for the 6th inning after Nolan Johnson throws 104 pitches in a 5-inning start. He's charged with 6 runs. The 6 runs to Johnson all earned, 8 base hits. Walked a couple, struck out a couple, and served up 1 home run. That was hit by Cam Koziel in the 5th inning, which is the last couple of runs for the Hogs. A 6-2 lead with Landon Koenig now pitching for the Bison. Koenig is a big right-hander. Stands 6'6", weighs 220. Sophomore from Portland, North Dakota. Will be his 19th appearance this year, all in relief. Record's 1-1. Batters hit .309 against Koenig. He's completed 43 2/3 innings. Has a .577 earned run average. 17 walks, 43 strikeouts, 3 homers allowed. Robinette, Thomas, Davalon do up 8-9-1 on the Razorback batting order. They've scored in 4 of 5 innings. And Robinette led off the 2nd with a walk, scored, struck out ending the 3rd. He'll lead off the 6th. Righty-lefty matchup. And here's the wind by Koenig. Pitches down low, ball 1.
Kind of reverse splits on this guy, Phil. Lefties hit 243, righties hit 351 against this guy. So that goes to tell you he must have a good changeup.
Wind up and 1-0 to Robinette. Swing and a miss. There you go.
Changeup, yeah. Yeah, that's a good pitch right there. Boy, he releases it at 6'2" height. Ton of vertical break on it and a little bit of arm side run.
1-1, Robinette. A swing and a foul on a fastball near the hands. 1-2 from Landon Koenig to Reese Robinette. Hogs have scored in a lot of different ways today. 2 sac flies, RBI double Koziel, and the home run. And a run-scoring single by Kojal. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Robbing it down on strikes.
It's a good fastball right there. That's 95. That's in the zone.
That's a fastball that can pitch anywhere.
Yeah.
That's 95 up from a big guy.
With an 84-mile-an-hour changeup with movement. I mean, that's a good two-pitch combination.
You've got, and I know you mentioned it earlier in the show, even if you're one of the Razorback coaches and you're coaching this game, when you're coaching to win this game, back of your mind, you're also scouting these guys.
Oh, yeah.
The pitch to Justin Thomas is a strike on the inside. Thomas has a sac bunt and a fly out. And I think that's the case no matter where it is they're playing. They're always scouting whomever it is out there. Because these days, they may be your player next year. Here's the 0-1. Low on Thomas, ball and a strike.
You look at a guy like Jake Schaefer, their shortstop, leadoff hitter. He's hitting .384. He's got 84 hits on the year. Plays a really good shortstop. Now, how does that translate to SEC pitching? That's the hard part, is being able to read his swing and say, could he hit at the next level?
Here's a 1-1 on Justin Thomas. Strike 2 on the outside, a fastball. 94. Koenig looks like he's got stuff, that's for sure.
Now, you look at a guy like Koenig, 94, 95 with a good changeup, that plays. I don't care where he's pitching.
Works on the first base side of the rubber. Here's the kick and the 1-2 to Thomas. Justin swings and grounds to shortstop, right at Schaffner. Easy field, good throw, 2 outs. And to the top of the batting order, Charles Davalon. Hogs scored 3 runs the first time through the batting order, 1 run the second time through, 2 runs the third time through. Now, they're not having their way with this North Dakota pitching staff, but scoring in 4 of the first 5 innings is nothing to sneeze at. Davalon's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and a ground out his last at-bat. Righty-lefty matchup. Koenig's pitch is a fastball at the bottom for a strike.
I feel like this crowd's a little quieter than what we're used to hearing here. I don't know if it's a 2 o'clock game. They didn't have time to get their game face on.
I woke up with my game face. How about you?
Yes, you did. My neck was a little swollen this morning.
0-1 to Davalon. Off the outside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, how about the folks in the hog pen that were camped out on Razorback Road for 3 or 4 days? They had their game face on Sunday.
They're ready.
They were ready to go 6 days ago. Ball and a strike on Davalon. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss on the changeup.
Boy, that is a good pitch. I was talking about Nolan Johnson, the starter lefty, kind of slows his arm down. For a big dude, Koenig hides that changeup really well.
And the way Davalon just entered the batter's box, he's thinking the same thing. Here's the 1-2 on Chuck. Down and in, 2-2.
Hey, you know what kills me, though, is we sit here and watch these games, and we talk about changeups all the time, how they're the great equalizer, yet you go to a youth baseball game, and all you see is little 12-year-olds going curveball, 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 curveball. Teacher, get a changeup. This could be the best pitch in baseball.
Here's the 2-2. Fouled straight back by Davalon. There must be just a fascination with the ability to make the ball curve, but I think part of it is just the feeling of superiority over a batter you've just made feel really, really silly and stupid.
Yeah.
You can do that with a changeup. In fact, you can do that with a changeup easier than with a curveball. Deuce is wild for Davalon. Vahiva's on deck. Here's the pitch. Pop-up, foul. It's off the third base line. Long run. Hamilton, the third baseman, reaches into the crowd. Did he catch it? He did. He made the play. And a ball got loose from the crowd, too. There was a little confusion. Somebody lost a ball right where Hamilton ran over the ball and caught the ball that was in play 2 rows in the seats.
Wow, that's a great catch.
A 1-2-3 6th inning thrown by Landon Koenig. The Catfish Hole, I know you love their legendary tomato relish. They're now selling the tomato relish at local Walmarts. I've heard that the neighborhood market on Weddington is the first store to carry the Catfish Hole's tomato relish here in Fayetteville. So make sure you get by, grab you a jar, and maybe frozen hush puppies next. 7th inning starting next. Arkansas 6 and North Dakota State 2. Now this from Blue Cross.
What does care look like through the years? From the first memories to the treasured moments. From life's accomplishments to life's challenges. We're here for you, body and mind. Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield has been taking care of families for more than 75 years, providing health insurance and peace of mind with the kind of coverage that ensures your best days are ahead. Take good care, Arkansas.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today.
Visit ArkansasKubotaDealers.com to find a dealer near you.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Arkansas. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Arkansas and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Arkansas.
Hogs lead 6-2. Parker Coyle ready to go for the 7th inning, and the first pitch taken by Luis Garcia for ball 1. The Razorbacks using Coyle for a 4th consecutive inning. This is the 9th batter he's faced. Garcia swings and misses wildly at a slider, 1-1.
Yeah, they're having a hard time with that little slider-cutter combination.
2 1/3 completed for Coyle in relief of Aiden Jimenez. He's allowed 2 hits. He has struck out 4. Garcia's their 9-hitter, 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And Garcia looks awkward swinging from the right side. He had a bat hop double from the left side in the 2nd inning and a fly out in the 4th. 1-2 the count on Luis Garcia. Schaffner and Smith, their top 2 hitters, are next. Next pitch, down and in. Two runs, 7 hits, 1 error for North Dakota State. 6 stranded. The Hogs, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 4 left. Only runs that scored in the middle 3 innings. 2-run homer by Cam Kojal in the bottom of the 5th. Here's a 2-2. Garcia hits a slider, foul. Almost hits off a couple of his teammates in the third base dugout. They scatter. It missed everybody. Luckily.
Yeah, that's that cutter inside. If he didn't swing that, it might have almost hit him.
Hogs got 3 2/3 from Jimenez. Coyle's 2-2. Garcia gets a piece of a slider and stays alive. North Dakota State hasn't scored since Colton Becker led off the 2nd with a home run. That briefly tied this game at 2-2. Hogs took the lead in the 2nd inning on Vahiva Aloy's sacrifice fly. Here's a 2-2. Ground ball, hole at shortstop, cut off at 3rd by Iredale. Here's the throw, on the money, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Razorback Baseball, presented by Learfield. Phil Elson and Bubba Carpenter with you at Baum-Walker Stadium. Opener of the 2025 Fayetteville Regional. 3rd-seeded Arkansas, 6. Unseeded North Dakota State, 2. Winner gets either Creighton or Kansas tomorrow night. The loser gets the loser of that game tomorrow afternoon. Jake Schaffner takes a Parker Coyle pitch with the knees for a strike. Brought to you today by UAMS Health, the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for the Razorbacks. Locations are all over the state. Do what the Hogs do. Trust your care to UAMS Health. Coyle's pitch to Schaffner low. Coyle entered to pitch to Schaffner in the 4th inning and got him to ground out. Jimenez had walked Schaffner twice. And we start to see more action in the Razorback pen. Cole Gibler is up. 1-1, the pitch to Schaffner. Off the end of the bat, fouled into the 3rd base seat, strike 2. Now that's an interesting choice. And I'm not saying anything critical about it, but to bring in another lefty. So who would that leave you for lefties tomorrow? I think that would leave you with Colin Fisher.
Well, and
you're throwing Zach Root.
Yeah, and I think if
Here's a 1-2. Schaffner a swing and a dribbler foul.
I think if they had to bring Vital Cheese in, they would bring Vital Cheese in.
Well, there's Vital Cheese. You're right. I forgot about him.
I think Dave's going to do what he has to do to win tomorrow. And then if they don't use Vital Cheese, he'll probably be you'll start Gage Wood the next day. I see Vital Cheese in relief.
1-2. A little soft flare towards Aloy at shortstop. He's the only infielder on that side, and he makes the catch. Easy second out of the 7th inning. Parker Coyle, he set down 4 in a row. Out of 10 batters faced, he has retired 8 of them. Dante Smith is next. Smith has a sac bunt and 2 strikeouts.
And he's done all that on 41 pitches, Phil. It's pretty good.
Razorbacks up 6-2 over North Dakota State, top of the 7th. Coyle looking for a clean 7th inning. Smith takes a ball inside.
You could, if you got him out after this inning, he could come back Sunday.
That's what I was thinking. 1-0 on Smith, stretch and pitch. That's outside. 2-0 on Dante Smith.
But you talk about going back-to-back lefties. Cole Gibbler's slider. You don't game plan for a pitch like that. I think these guys will really struggle. If he's got that slider on, I don't like the word unhittable, but he's really hard to hit.
Coyle's 2-0. Smith slowly rolls it up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. Gets right between Aloy and Kojo, both sliding after it. And that found the only inch between the two of them for a seeing eye single by Dante Smith.
That was hit 72 miles an hour. It's really hard to hit a ground ball that gets through the middle at 72 miles an hour. He couldn't have rolled that out there in a better spot.
There goes Matt Hobbs to the pitcher's mound. Davis Hamilton is the next scheduled batter. Hogs up by 4 runs.
I would just like to know that we've got Parker Coyle on Sunday if there's a situation late in the game, crucial situation. It'd be nice to have him as a weapon to come out of that bullpen and get a couple outs.
Brought to you in part today by the Arkansas Ford dealers and the Ford F-150. Like the Razorbacks, this truck has a strong tradition earned by outstanding capability and smart features like a mobile generator. That's how to create a legacy, and the official truck of the Razorbacks.
Phil, did you see the game times for Saturday and Sunday? 8 o'clock.
Both of them are 8 o'clock?
Both of them are 8 o'clock. Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday, 8 o'clock is a little late. It's usually a 6 o'clock game, but you know what? Feels like ESPN gets to choose.
You'll still be up.
Sure I will. Here's a fastball to Davis Hamilton for a strike, and it's 0-1.
I start to wake up about 8 o'clock. I'm at the top of my game.
Hamilton, 2 strikeouts and a line out. Hogs play deep in the outfield. Davalon, Thomas, and Maxwell all back, playing no doubles. Target outside. Coyle's pitch is outside. Slider, 1-1. All it just matters is an extra cup of coffee about 6:30 at night. No sugar in that, too.
Not a coffee guy.
Boy, I would love to see you jacked up on espresso.
No, because there's some terms that I'm not allowed to use, and that might make them come out.
Here's a 1-1. Hamilton a swing and a liner into center field. Hangs up for Thomas. It's right at him. He makes the catch. A scoreless 7th inning thrown by Parker Coyle. Coyle has given the Razorbacks 3 1/3 scoreless relief. Nothing in the last 5 innings for North Dakota State. 7th inning stretch is presented by Kubota. Get home run deals to stretch your savings right now during Kubota's Orange Days. Find a local Kubota dealer at ArkansasKubotaDealers.com. 6-2, Razorbacks over North Dakota State. This is Arkansas baseball from Learfield.
From your favorite drive-thru coffee to the iced tea from the hotel lobby, many of the beverages you enjoy every day come from Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee Company. As the official sponsor of the Razorbacks, West Rock Coffee fuels our team and customers all over the world. We are the trusted provider of coffee, tea, flavors, extracts, and ingredients to the brands you love, and we are dedicated to making a difference. Learn more about West Rock Coffee's global impact at westrockcoffee.com.
I I am Renata Jenkins-Byler, the third generation of the Roller family. After the 2023 tornado, my family-owned business made a heartfelt promise to our community to rebuild and restore Roller Chenal Funeral Home. Our families deserve to see this cornerstone of comfort be brought back to life. The families we serve in the future deserve the experience that only my Roller family can provide. I am proud to have kept our promise. Roller Funeral Homes, dedicated to serving your family with all our respect.
Last of the 7th inning. North Dakota State still hanging around in this ball game. It's not like Arkansas has torn the cover off the ball today. In fact, they only have 2 base runners over the last 3 innings. We've seen the last 4 Razorback batters making out. And so this would be 11 of the last 13 have made outs. But the other 2 that reached in this stretch scored when Cam Kozel homered in the 5th following a Kahio Aloy single. Landon Koenig pitched the scoreless 6th inning. He's on for the 7th, and Behiva Aloy leads off with a 3-man shift to his left. And the first pitch is a high strike 1 at 91 miles an hour from Landon Koenig. Koenig is a guy that can give you 2 to 3 innings, and he looked really good in the 6th. Aloy has a double, a sac fly, a strikeout, and a run scored. 1 strike pitch is swung on and missed. A slider for strike 2 on Behiva Aloy.
Phil, we just had the 7th inning stretch. It just didn't feel right not having John Williams up here, you know?
I know. Everything's different when it comes to the production of the game and really even the timing of how you lead into the game when it's an NCAA event. It's just different than Razorback home games. An 0-2 on Aloy. High and inside, ball 1.
I feel like you earn the right to play at home. You ought to get to sing your national anthem.
Yeah, you can't do no John Williams out on Hog Heaven, no Ribby out on Hog Heaven. It'll be a 1-2 on Behiva Aloy, a swing and a foul. So even the way that John announced the starting lineups, you know, usually he puts a little grr in whenever he's announcing the Razorback lineups. He's not allowed to do that for an NCAA event. You got to be like, all right, just here's the Razorback coach, Dave Van Horn. Usually he puts a little grr into that.
I didn't notice that.
1-2 on Behiva Aloy, leading off the 7th. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, shortstop, right at Schaffner. Fields and throws, and Aloy's out, number 1.
That's all right. We can put a little in our voice if we want.
That's right. They can't change the way that you and I go about things here in the booth. Although I do have to pack up all of the equipment and make room for the Creighton broadcast once we're done here. So that does make it a little different.
Do I have to take my lace down off the wall?
No, you don't have to take any of that down. That's one of my favorite things about home regionals, is when the other radio announcers walk in this booth and look at all the crap on the walls and think, how did this get here and why is it here? The pitch to Maxwell is high. Maxwell's 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Keep your lays on the wall. Good. Keep your stars, keep your broken keyboard and your... I'll keep your petrified donut on this side up as well. Here's the 1-0 to Logan Maxwell. Check swing, he went through, strike 1.
I think I am going to take the bat with me, though.
I wouldn't leave the bat.
They can mess with the lays and the beer hat. They can't mess with my Norm DeBrine jersey, though.
They touch the Norm DeBrine jersey, and maybe the last thing he ever does.
I may bring my deer camera in here and set it up somewhere.
The 1-1 on Maxwell is a high fastball, 2-1. Hogs up 6-2, bottom of the 7th inning. I think they're going to bring Gibbler for the 8th. He still warms up.
I like it.
Two balls, a strike on Maxwell, the lefty. Koenig deals, and a fastball right past Maxwell. Strike 2. Well, they're having a heck of a time figuring out Landon Koenig. There's a couple other relievers on this North Dakota State team with good numbers. Danny Lachenmeyer, one of them. 2.60 ERA. 2-2. Maxwell, a swing and a high chop to second. Garcia to his right, gets a big high bounce and throws Logan out. Some of the North Dakota State fielders thought that was the 3rd out. That's out number 2. And Ryder Helfrich is next. Helfrich hitting cleanup for the first time in his career. Has a bunch single and a run, plus a stolen base. 1 for 3. Going on 2 outs, 5 in a row, retired by Koenig. Here's the pitch. Helfrichs takes a slider for a strike. So now we've seen from Koenig, really good fastball, plus changeup. It's a good slider, too.
Yeah, it is.
0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider for strike 2.
I like his arm action, Phil.
Someone's going to get this guy in the portal.
Yeah.
I'm pretty convinced of it.
Doesn't it suck if you're the coach over in the other dugout and you just know this guy's not coming back next year? He's in the portal.
An 0-2 on Helfrich. Ground ball, hard hit, base hit left field. All right, Helfrich gets an 0-2 pitch and singles to break up all these outs from Landon Koenig.
Yeah, he tried to sneak an 0-2 fastball by him, and you can't sneak one by Helfrich.
Here's Kuhio Aloy. The last couple of runs the Hogs scored came with 2 outs. Aloy singled in front of Kojal, and then Cam hit the only Hog home run of the game.
Kuhio really needs he needs to get into one.
Well, he just broke out of an 0-for-11 with a 5th-inning soft single. Maybe that can get him going. 3-man shift on the left, and the first pitch. It is a strike. Outside corner, looked like a cutter.
It's crazy, Phil. A lot of times just a little blooper like that to fall in for you. That's all it takes to get you going again.
Kuhio's hit 13 home runs, 15 doubles this year. Either one of them could score Helfrich. Pitch is swung on and missed. Another slider from Koenig. 0-2.
Boy, he took a big old hack. That's your Kuhio swing we've gotten used to seeing.
Koenig has the ball behind his back, has the sign, ready on an 0-2 count. The pitch to Aloy. Kuhio out on strikes with a check swing, and that's the inning. It's a 3-pitch strikeout of Kuhio Aloy and 2 scoreless innings thrown by Landon Koenig, just keeping North Dakota State in the ballgame. 1 hit, 1 left in the 7th inning. Brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes. They don't just serve the community, they're an integral part of it. Their commitment extends beyond services offered. It's reflected in every community event they sponsor, every initiative they support, and in the compassionate presence they maintain in our daily lives. Here's Cole Gibler to work the 8th inning for the Razorbacks. They have a 6-2 lead over North Dakota State. Now this from Saracen Casino Resort.
I'm here with the shooter, Pat Bradley, for Saracen Casino Resort.
There's Vegas, and then there's Vegas, Arkansas style. Experience all the fun and games of 2,000 slots, 45 table games, poker, and world-class dining right here at Arkansas's favorite place to win, Saracen Casino.
Just like you're shooting, Pat, Saracen is so pure.
You know what they say, if you can actually do it, it ain't bragging.
Join us at Saracen Casino Resort, only 40 minutes from Little Rock.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
With Toyota's versatile SUVs, you'll be ready for any adventure, no matter who you're adventuring with. Bringing your furry co-pilot along? The RAV4's Power Pack Performance is bound to spark some zoomies. Right, buddy? Going out on the town with your partner in crime? Scoop them up in the Corolla Cross. Its sleek design will make up for the fact that you're always fashionably late. No matter who you're rolling with, there's a Toyota SUV fit just for you. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota is a proud sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Razorback power, razor sharp style. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at Toyota.com for feature availability.
You're listening to Arkansas Baseball in the NCAA Division I Baseball Championship. Here again, Phil Elson.
Well, it's not Cole Gibler to work the 8th inning. It's Landon Cheese. Now, we never even saw Cheese warm up. That was Gibler warming up in the last half inning and the inning before. I was thinking of Bubba and I are talking here in the booth. I don't remember seeing Cheese warming up. Did you?
I didn't see him. Maybe toss some inside.
Well, you do have the Hunt Center back there, and there's a pitcher's mound there, too. So maybe it was him. I mean, even the stat broadcast page put Cole Gibler up because that's who'd been warming up. But instead, it's Cheese for his 13th relief appearance. It'll be the second lefty in a row to come here against North Dakota State. Hogs up 6-2. They got 3 1/3 scoreless from Parker Coyle. 3 hits, all singles. None of them hit hard, and 4 strikeouts. And Cheese 15th appearance. Again, 3rd in relief. 4 wins, no losses. A .267 batting average allowed. Completing 54 2/3 innings. Holds an ERA of 5.10. Cheese, of course, began the season in the bullpen, worked as a Sunday starter after the second weekend when Gage Wood was injured. And this will be Final Cheese's second consecutive appearance in relief, and he faces Sam Canton to begin the 8th inning. The cleanup batter. First pitch popped up, foul back this way, and out of play. Strike one. Now, the thing with Vital Cheese, he'll throw some strikes, he'll get his strikeouts, but he also allows his extra base hits, giving up 29 of them this year in 54 2/3 innings, plus a team-high 14 home runs. Nobody else has allowed more than 6. One strike pitch on the way to Canton. Fastball tailed on the inside, Black for strike 2.
It's a good pitch. I just feel like this is a good call right here. I think they're going to struggle. These lefties especially are going to struggle with Vital Cheese.
Vital Cheese has added a hand-over-head motion now. The 0-2 is low with a slider. It's a very quick hand-over-head motion, too. That was not part of his delivery as a starting pitcher earlier this year. Canton, he's made no outs except on the bases. The 1-2 pitch is fouled away. He has 2 singles and a walk, and he's been caught stealing twice and forced out on a double play.
It's a pretty good swing by Canton right there on that breaking ball.
The wind on the 1-2 pitch. He struck him out looking. Fastball, bottom of the zone. Had some sink on it. Canton walks away muttering. 8th strikeout for the Razorback pitching staff. Final Cheese 58th in 55 innings. We saw Landon pitch in the final game of the Tennessee series, the 8-4 victory Saturday, May 17th. He was the first reliever relieving Gage Wood. Finished 2 1/3, gave up a couple of runs, and they came on a homer by Andrew Fisher. Here's Beckers in a home run. Pitches low outside on the lefty. Beckers 2 for 3. Aside from the homer, he has singled and struck out.
I think Helfrich should get an assist on that last strikeout. He did a good job. That pitch was just below the knees.
Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Way in front of a slow curve.
He brought that ball up into the zone.
We still, by the way, do not get TrackMan strike zone monitors in the NCAA tournament. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss on a low slider. We do have TrackMan, so we get our velocity, exit speed, launch angle, spin rate, all that stuff, but we haven't seen a drawing of the strike zone, and we won't.
I thought we were supposed to for NCAA.
I thought we would too, but it's not there. It's not one of the options. The 1-2 to Becker. Slider fouled off. It's like Vital Cheese has found a couple of good breaking pitches here. Boy, Landon looks ready to go, doesn't he? Look at him rocking back and forth on that pitcher's mound. Both feet on top of the mound. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Becker. Outside. 2-2.
Yeah, we talk about rhythm and timing with hitters all the time, but it's just as important when you're a pitcher. And I think by moving his hands over his head like that, he's got that rhythm and timing going now.
2-2. He struck him out looking. Fastball on the outside corner. Back to back. Caught lookings. 2 down in the 8th.
Perfect location.
Boy, he's put 2 pitchers where there's just not much they could do with it. And where Helfrich might have stolen one for Vital Cheese against Canton, I mean, this one was all Vital Cheese. 2 down. The batter is Noah Gordon. He has a bunch single, 1 for 3, lefty-righty matchup, but the base is empty. Cheese deals. Fouled off. 0-1. Hogs got 3 2/3 from Aiden Jimenez, charged with the only 2 runs scored by the Bison. Coyle threw 3 1/3, and he was terrific. And now Vital Cheese looking for a perfect 8th inning. Here's the wind and 0-1 on Gordon. Popped it up. Short center, going back to Kojal and Aloy. It's Kojal. Makes the catch, a 1-2-3 8th inning. That's the first perfect inning for the game for a Razorback. Brought to you by the Battle Line Rivalry. The Razorbacks hosting the Missouri Tigers coming up this next football season. It's the Battle Line Rivalry. This tradition, of course, presented by Shelter Insurance. Hogs will bat in the last of the 8th, leading 6-2 over North Dakota State on the Razorback Sports Network from Learfield.
First Security is about more than great banking.
Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Six to 2, Arkansas leads. Bottom of the 8th. Like a couple more runs at the very least, just to give you a little more breathing room before Landon Cheese comes back for the 9th inning to try to send the Razorbacks to tomorrow night's game at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. If you win, Creighton and Kansas coming up later today at 7 o'clock. I think that'll be a really interesting ball game. Two teams with totally different styles. Creighton, I think, is a team that just is like that annoying kid that keeps poking at you, keeps saying your name over and over again, keeps kind of chirping at you, and just the next thing you know, you've lost to him. Cam Kozel leads off, and a pitch right down Broadway by Landon Koenig for strike one. And Kansas, I mean, they're a power-hitting team and need their walks to get some chances to make those home runs mean a little bit more than just a solo shot. 0-1 is tapped foul by Kozel. Speaking of a home run that had more than one man on. Kozel's 3 for 3 with a double, a single, and a 2-run homer. 4 runs batted in out of the 6 scored by the Hogs today. From second baseman Cam Kozel.
A triple would be nice right here, Phil.
He doesn't have one this year. Are you calling it? Triples are hard to call. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. No cycle. 1 out in the 8th.
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling the triple.
Do you think anybody has ever in the history of baseball said, you know what, this guy here, he's about to hit a triple? unless there's a cycle involved in it. Unless it's the triple that gets you the cycle.
Right.
Then somebody calls it.
It's hard to call a triple.
I mean, it's the most random base hit in the game. Iredale's 0 for 3. And Koenig is ready. Here's the pitch. Slider for a strike. 2 flyouts and a pop out for Iredale. One strike pitch. Popped up off the right side, and it's 0-2. You seeing anything with Iredale?
Yeah, I see a little negative stride. His foot starts to go forward and comes backwards.
That's been an issue for him this year.
Yeah, if he would keep that foot going in the right direction, he'd be on that fastball.
It looked like he'd gotten past that a couple of weeks ago, but maybe back to it. 0-2, low.
Like even right there, how you take a pitch is how you're going to swing at it, Phil. And even on that take, you could see his foot come backwards and his hands drop. When that knob starts going down, you know what's happening.
The 1-2. Check swing appeal. Denied at first base, and it's 2-2.
It's a good take right there. That's a tough slider.
Two and two. Koenig throws. Iredale swings. Grounder left side. Picked up at third by Hamilton, and the throw's on the money. There's 2 outs in the 8th inning. I've been impressed by them in the field today.
Hey, you know what? I watched them during the infield, Phil, and I know I talked about the shortstop earlier. They were really crisp during the infield. I mean, and then you know what that means. I mean, they were smooth with everything they did. A little snap to it. You know, it was just you could hear their gloves popping. I loved it.
Robinette batting. 2 strikeouts and a walk and a run today. And the pitch. Check swing. Pitch is low, and the appeal denied. Ball 1. Looking ahead into the 9th inning, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters for North Dakota State. Timmons, Erlob, and Garcia. And you may expect a pinch hitter when it comes to Garcia. The 1-0 to Robinette. Missed down and in, 2-0.
Like when Tennessee was here, I watched them take infield. Even in infield, they're booting balls, kicking them around. Curly at second.
Yeah, you didn't use the word crisp to describe Tennessee's infield.
Definitely not crisp.
Here's the 2-0. Grounded foul.
That's that changeup again. Boy, he's just got us off balance.
I think you could see some of the things that makes North Dakota State a Summit League champion. Smooth in the field, pitchers that throw strikes, 2-1. And it's a change for a strike on Robinette, 2-2. And, I mean, that thing... Now, look, this Arkansas pitching staff is salty. These guys have stuff. But I've been impressed with the approach for NDSU today, too.
Yes.
2-2, the pitch to Robinette. Inside, ball 3.
Boy, that just missed that inside corner. You could tell Reese was locked up right there. That's one of those that you just hope the umpire doesn't call it.
Robinette followed by Thomas with 2 outs and nobody on, and a full count on the Hog first baseman. Koenig winds, kicks and deals. Check swing. Didn't go. Ball 4. Your changeup.
That's a great at bat right there. That's a tough take, that 3-2 changeup.
Reese Robinette, 4 plate appearances, 2 strikeouts, both on the same count, 2 walks, both on 3 and 2. He scored the last time he walked. Maybe Justin Thomas Jr. can bring him around. Thomas has sacrificed, flied out, and grounded a short. 0 for 2. A 6-2 Razorback lead in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs, 1 on. Robinette leaning back to first. And the pitch to Thomas. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Fastball at 91.
I was just getting ready to say, I don't think Justin will bunt with 2 outs right here, but look at that hole on the right side. Where that second baseman's playing, first baseman holding him, that's almost a gimme if you can get it in that little slot.
You're at the plate where Hog batters are getting a second look at Koenig. And the pitch. Thomas takes one that gets away from Gordon. He just missed the pitch. Robinette takes second base. I mean, I'd score that a pass ball. 1-1 on Thomas.
Yeah, it's just a fastball down. He just missed it. He's looking at his mitt.
Robinette's the first runner to second base for the Hogs since the home run by Kogel in the 5th inning. 1-1 the count on JT. The pitch. Outside, ball 2. The last time the Hogs had a runner at second base that didn't involve trotting around was Kogel's double in the 3rd inning. Two and 1. Justin Thomas takes a slider. Ball low outside. 3-1.
That's a good take. He's taken a couple of tough sliders away. JT ought to sit fastball right here and let it fly.
If they've been paying attention from the dugout and watching Koenig over these last couple of innings, they may have started to figure some things out about him.
Yeah, they're starting to lay off that slider away.
The 3-1 to Thomas. Takes a fastball on the outside, strike 2.
Yeah, he painted that one. That's not a pitch you want to swing at.
Steele Eves is beginning to throw in the pen.
Sweet.
And the 3-2. Thomas hits a dribbler foul behind home plate.
I thought it was cool a couple days ago. You know, what was it? My days are all messed up. I think it was Wednesday.
Today's Friday.
Okay, so it was Wednesday. I was doing a little thing with Steve Sullivan, who's awesome, by the way.
KTV.
Yeah, out there in the Mackey's landing. And the whole team's inside doing a pizza party. I thought it was really cool.
The 3-2 pitch to Thomas. Grounded foul between third base and Bobby Wernes.
I mean, it's 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night.
I just wonder, because they only played one game in the last 12 days, right? How much time do you think the guys just spent here in that hunt center and over at the pond at Lake Norm?
Every time I've been around, those guys are just hanging out. Cars are in the parking lot. They're inside there hanging out in the hunt center.
They're ballpark rats.
Yeah, they really
fishing
are.
Rats.
Hey, every good team I ever played on, they were club rats or gym rats, however you want to describe it.
3-2 pitch. Thomas pops it up, foul near the first base dugout. Urlaub's had some trouble with pop-ups today, and this time he makes the catch on the warning track, and the Razorbacks won't score in the last 3 innings. No runs, no hits, 1 left. And it's closing time to the top of the 9th inning with Arkansas leading North Dakota State 6-2. Back for the 9th after this from Summit Utilities.
Summit Utilities is proud to be a part of your community, and helping you save energy is important to us. That's why we offer a variety of rebates and energy-saving programs so you can do more and spend less. From your business to home, we've got you covered. Water heaters, furnaces, food service equipment, commercial and industrial systems. Yes! Save on all of it. Visit summitutilities.com to learn about our energy-saving programs.
The Hog Call, the siren song of the Cardinal and White. Heard in every corner of Baum Walker Stadium, it's a clear warning for any foe that dares get in their way. Ford knows that strong traditions start with leadership, like Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks 48 years straight. Drive F-150, official truck of the Razorbacks, only at your Arkansas Ford dealer, based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
Anytime you're visiting Fayetteville, if it's Arkansas Athletics, if it's business in town, you got family in Northwest Arkansas, stay at the Candlewood Suites. It's your home away from home in Fayetteville. They renovated the hotel a couple years ago. Every room brand new, not just painted, but brand new carpeting, brand new features all on the walls. You can sleep perfectly in all the rooms of the Candlewood Suites. Blackout shades, every single room. Plus, every room's a suite, kitchen, full-size fridge, ice maker, and there's discounts at the Candlewood Suites, which, by the way, is the closest hotel to campus. The corner of I-49 and MLK. Go to hogrooms.com for discounts of the Candlewood Suites. Blake Timmons takes the first pitch strike from Landon Bidle-Cheese, and we're underway in the 9th inning. Arkansas leading 6-2. And the second relief inning for Bidle-Cheese. Timmons, the 7-hitter, 0 for 3, a lefty. The wind, the pitch, outside with a breaking ball. 1-1. North Dakota State hasn't scored since a home run by Colton Becker in the 2nd inning. Jimenez threw his last inning scoreless. Coyle 3 1/3 scoreless, and 1 scoreless by Bidle-Cheese. 1-1. High chop over the mound. Going to reach center field. A base hit to start the 9th inning for Blake Timmons. You know, their last 3 hits have been incredibly soft. You had the bunch single by Noah Gordon in the 6th inning. And you had a single by Dante Smith in the 7th against Parker Coyle, which pretty much was the same exit speed that Timmons just hit his to the same place behind second.
Yeah, because I even said, how hard is it to get a 72-mile ground ball up the middle?
Urlaub is swinging a miss. Strike 1. The number 8 batter has walked, struck out, and struck out. Or, pardon me, singled and struck out.
And Timmons hit his 73 in the exact same place.
9 hits for NDSU, equaling Arkansas's total. They're not holding Timmons. He runs for second, and Bidle-Cheese fires. Strike 2 on Urlaub. Timmons to second base on an indifference, with Arkansas leading 6-2. Just gives you a little bit of nerves with a leadoff single. Bidle-Cheese deals 0-2. High. Hogs asked for an appeal, but he did not go. Hyman Long is on deck. They will pinch hit for Luis Garcia. Garcia, the weakest hitter in the lineup. Landon ready with a 1-2. Urlaub takes low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a good take right there. That's a really good slider. Gibbler's back up on the mound, just standing. He's got a ball in his hand, but he's not throwing yet.
Stretch and 2-2 pitch. Runner takes for third. Pitch got away from Helfrich, and Timmons is at third base. This time it's a steal.
Phil, that really surprised me right there because he did not get a good jump. If Helfrich catches that ball, he's out. He's out by 10 feet.
Ryder didn't catch it. Man at third, infield back. Bidle-Cheese working from the windup with a full count. The pitch to Alex Urlaub. He struck him out swinging with a high fastball. Vital Cheese is third. It's the 10th for the pitching staff, and now that a pinch hitter, Timon Long's on his way.
Now, they weren't holding him at second, really, but Timmons did not get a good jump.
Well, obviously, the Hogs don't really care too much about Timmons if he scores.
No.
And then we see them do this all the time. If it's not about a 3-run game, even in a 3-run game, they won't hold runners in the 9th inning. Long bats right-handed, 143. The pitch is a fastball strike. Now, they put Garcia's numbers up on the video board, not Long's numbers.
There they go.
Yeah, Long is 1 for 28 this year. So, no better than Garcia's numbers. In fact, quite a bit worse. 0-1. Fastball inside, 1-1. In fact, Long this year, out of his 28 at-bats, 20 of them have ended on strikes.
You can look at that in two different ways, Phil. If your glass is half full, you can say he's due.
1-1. Way outside, ball 2.
And if you're negative, you can say, well, he's just not a good hitter. But he's still playing college baseball, so he did something right to get here.
2-1 pitch. Long pops it up, out of play, strike 2.
I just know as a hitter that got off to a few rough starts early in the year when the weather's cold and wet, I didn't like hitting. It's hard to look up at that scoreboard and see 036 and feel really confident.
He's one of 3 Bison hitting under 100 this year. Vital Cheese brings in a 2-2. He struck him out swinging on a slider, back foot. Long wasn't even close to it. 2 outs in the 9th inning, and Jake Schaffner is on his way.
I think it's safe to say Long hadn't seen a slider like that. That was probably the best slider Vital Cheese has thrown all day. That was nasty.
Jake Schaffner is 0 for 2 after walking his first 2 plate appearances. The wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. They're on their feet at Baum Walker. It has been a bit of a subdued crowd.
Look at them. There's not a whole lot of noise. Maybe they're waiting until we get 2 strikes.
0-1. Swing and a miss on a slider. Nothing in 2.
Yeah, a little bit of a sword on that swing. He's got the slider working, Phil.
Now even the holdouts are standing. Vital Cheese ready. The wide on the 0-2. Schaffner a swing and a pop-up. It's over third in foul territory. Iredale is there. He's got it. Hogs move to the winner's bracket. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. They keep them off the scoreboard for the last 7 innings. And the final score, Arkansas 6, North Dakota State 2.
I like it, Phil. I like our pitching right there. Jimenez didn't have his best stuff, but I tell you what, Coyle and Vital Cheese look really good. That's the best stuff I've seen out of Vital Cheese in a long time.
Now we wait to see the winner of Creighton and Kansas. Make your plans. 8 o'clock tomorrow night, the Razorbacks against either the Blue Jays or the Jayhawks. And stick around for the Armor Bank 10th inning show coming up in a moment. This is Arkansas Baseball from Learfield.
A lot of cities claim to be unique, but are they really? Were they the off-season playground for legends like Babe Ruth and Al Capone? Do they sell beer made from thermal spring water that comes straight from the ground below? Do any of these places have a street that has a gangster museum on one side of the road and a national park on the other? Let me go ahead and answer that for you. They don't, because none of them are Hot Springs, Arkansas. For more info, visit hotsprings.org.
The 11th game of the SEC football tradition known as the Battle Line Rivalry between your Arkansas Razorbacks and the Mizzou Tigers is complete. Look for the tradition presented by Shelter Insurance to grow in the coming years as we continue to heat up the border and support our student athletes with this new rivalry, the Battle Line Rivalry, presented by Shelter Insurance. Find a Shelter agent near you at shelterinsurance.com.
My name is Trevor Brazil. I'm a power forward for the Arkansas Razorbacks. The fan base is crazy in a good way. They always bring energy. We would struggle in games without them. As soon as I got injured, I knew I was probably going to have to, get some type of surgery. Immediately I just kind of put all my trust in UAMS. Knowing that we have doctors always around during the game, it makes you feel good because, if anything happens, they're always right there.
UAMS Health, the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics.
As we all live longer, age really is just a number, but retirement is so much more than one. Edward Jones Financial Advisors want to know what you want out of your retirement so we can help you get there. Together, we can look at the big picture and make a strategy to help you reach your goals, because you can't prepare for the unexpected if you don't know where you're headed. Contact your local Edward Jones Financial Advisor to get started today. Visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Edward Jones office. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
King Suey. This is the Razorback Sports Network.
Experience luxury at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas, where the excitement never stops. Elevate your gaming experience at our world-class smoke-free casino and enjoy an unparalleled stay at our hotel. Find bliss at the Astral Spa, embark on culinary adventures, and witness the thrill of live thoroughbred racing through May 3rd. To book your experience, visit oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.